species during like the.
Oh, one of the first species to walk on land would have been Pulmonoscorpio.
Because apparently.
And this is a really weird thing to start the stream with, but fuck it, we're talking about paleontology because it's fucking great.
Well, no, because there was
Sea scorpions, which are not actually related to scorpions. But then there's
But there was actual because there were sea scorpions.
Pulmonoscorpio, I think it's called.
Yes.
I think that's what it's called.
Yes.
And they were one of the first animals to walk. The arthropods were the first ones to walk on land. Because no shit, they have a hardened exoskeleton. That's a massive advantage for trying to do that.
Because I remember them having this. There was like a theory saying that they were first ones to walk on land.
Yep.
And what they used to do is they used to catch these fish that were starting to figure out a way to get on land, like kind of like a mud skipper.
Yeah, lungfish.
And they used to eat those.
And then you got other bugs that evolved to live up on land and eat like the giant fern things. And that's why actual, like, you know, our mammalian ancestors, or not actual mammalians, amphibious ancestors walked up there because they were like, hey, fuck it, there's fucking noms up here, man. And so they went to go get it. And then the scorpions followed them to go fucking eat them.
Do you think they ever had, like, a war? Then again, do animals ever... Well, then again...
Yeah, the only other animals that have war are
ants. Ants have war.
They do have war.
I think they're, like...
They have much war.
And then bees and hornets and stuff, like, they have war, but usually the bees cave in because the bees aren't really smart, and the bee drones aren't really smart enough to, like,
The fuck is going on here? There we go. I was behaving very strangely.
You got IBS? Is that the problem?
We're in the wasteland, he might.
I shouldn't have eaten those fucking iguana bits. Especially those...
The door to the scum pit is locked. Oh. They're not open yet.
The select shakes? Is that what it's called?
The scum pit.
The select shakes from this... What is that? That's the prime cut iguana?
Oh god, yeah, that.
Here's a quick question.
I mean, we can do that right now.
You're playing Fallout 4, and you're getting sold iguana bits. Here's a quick question: where in the fucking in the Commonwealth, including Boston, are they getting iguanas?
They're not. It's actually something Oxford pointed out, because there used to be iguana. There's an item iguana on a stick. That's from Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Yeah. And the other previous ones. Yeah.
New Vegas makes sense.
Well, here's the thing. It's even in Fallout 3, and it's an actual iguana. Kebabbed. It's an actual iguana, like, ran through on a fucking spit.
Why?
Well, here's the thing. But then you get iguana bits, which are just bits of iguana on a shish kebab.
Where are they getting the iguana, though?
I wouldn't be terribly surprised. Same place the rad scorpions come from. Pet stores.
Did you just say pet stores?
Pet stores. That's where rad scorpions came from. They're emperor scorpions. And they were very common in pet stores. And that's what they evolved out of.
Oh, boy.
It's fucking nuts. Hey, look at Doc Morbid. The guy who sells fucking people.
He sells people?
Sells corpses, specifically.
Oh. Well, it's just a corpse.
No.
It's not like a corpse.
For food.
Oh.
There. You see a rotund midget. What you down here for? Your boss sent me down. Body parts almost ready to go to the hub. Of course, that's why I'm here. Iguana Man Bob send you. He happy. Lots of good meat. You sick little scab. I'm gonna cut you up and sell you as meat. Of course. I'll be back in a minute. By back in a minute, I mean I'm going to load up on fucking gun. Okay. I need my Kanife.
Where's your companion?
He's hanging out with me.
What? Where?
He's right behind me.
Am I going blind?
No, he's right there.
No,
we're occupying.
I see the denim ass. I think
yeah,
he's
good. Got the denim. I do not have the denim.
Denim.
Denim and leather. Denim. All right, where is my?
Are we boomers? Is that what that was? That sounded like boomer shit.
And pull.
you shooting this guy?
I am shooting this guy.
Are you allowed to?
I don't fucking... I am allowed to. I'm allowed to fucking kill everybody in this goddamn game. We're gonna fucking shoot this asshat because he's fucking... He's a person butcher. He chops up people and sells them for fucking food.
Did he kill him, though?
Yeah, him and Doc Morbid did. Alright, combat's over. Aha, you're fucking dead. Because my dog bit the shit out of you. Ooh, that's a Timberland Race MG. Hello. Okay. Inventory. Chunk. Chunk. I need a skill dex. Traps.
The funny thing
There's
is,
a trap on this. I know that. You failed to find any traps.
80 years later, this is like a story that everyone tells like their kids.
It is actually.
Which is really funny.
Because he's the chosen one. Your character in this is the chosen one. Haha, there's a crude explosive device on the locker.
The chosen one. In the first one...
Or sorry, yeah. First one, you're the Vault Dweller. The second one, you're the chosen one. Who is the Vault Dweller's grandchild?
Relative.
Who's grandchild?
No. Because you end up getting infected with the mutagen.
I thought you got married and had a kid before you died of the mutagen. I know the basic plot of Fallout 2, but I haven't played it.
It's been a while.
Okay, so I found the crude explosive device. Do I repair at it?
Wait, the device?
Do I science? I think I science at it. Nope, I don't science at it. Do I repair at it? Okay. It's locked. Okay, so I think if I just find it... Actually, you know, I'll just click it again. You failed to disarm the trap. Okay, there it is. I do have to keep clicking traps. Might up traps a bit. Dude, you know what? I'm going to save in case I critically fail and blow myself up.
Is it new? Is it like... Is it armed with a bomb or what?
It's a bomb. It's got a crude explosive device attached to it.
Jeez. What's in the locker?
Stuff.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Come on. I disarmed it. Yay! And I got a lockpick it open. It's gonna take a bit. God damn it.
So you have like, what, 25s?
25%. Yeah, because I haven't upped them. So, lockpicking is going to go up. Lockpicking is not as important as it was in the later games, because it's fucking everywhere in the later games. In this one, it's not quite so common, but...
1 and 2, science and repair are the most important ones.
Oh, for completing quests? You're goddamn right.
Because for number 1, because in number 2, you can get a car.
You can also get a motorcycle.
Yep. A car is better. You can fit your party in it. You can also store your weed in there.
You can also store your weed in the car, man. Cheech and Chong's Grand Adventure.
Is this what happens when you have socialism and oh my god, when you have socialism? What?
Oh god, no! I think we've now got the name for the fucking Fallout 2 stream. Cheech and Chong's Grand Adventure.
Oh my god.
No, I don't want to steal. I want lockpick. Open the God damn it. You know what? I'm going to walk over here, and I'm going to open the box. No. Open the box. Chunks of organs and body parts. Okay. I thought I could open that up to take... No, I don't want to steal. I want lockpick. Damn it. Fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it. Fix it.
Yeah.
While tampering with the lock, you trip up the tumblers. There's no bypassing this lock now. Fuck! Well, I could save scum, but then I'd have to redo the fucking trap. There's not enough shit in there for me to care about. Oh look, it's combat now.
How's their combat?
He just ran downstairs. I'm gonna kill him. Wait a minute. 10mm SMG. Oh, do 10mm SMGs not stack? Apparently they don't stack.
No, they're separate items.
They are non-stacking. How fascinating. No. Shotgun. Knife.
Oh, you had to put, instead of saying you're turning the FEV, the FEV turning the friggin' rat psycho. Can't put.
Well, they're not turning gay, they're turning psycho. I need to be accurate.
I have to put gay because I can't put gay because I'll get. Oh, we got demonetized.
Oh, demonetized. And demonetized. Oh. Is he. Oh, he's not dead. He just ran upstairs. Get back here. I need to kill you. And you're dead. Chunk. Oh, look. We're going to fight these guys now. Yay. His guards. They wasted all their movement walking over by me. I'm going to get some new guns.
And some new,
leather armor. My ribs. Hey, wait. Sadly, Ian cannot have a shotgun. He's stuck with pistols. Ah!
Killed his own buddy.
He shot his own buddy and killed him. That's fucking funny. Well, that's done. Okay, let's put this away now. Don't want to anger the nice cops. Let's not anger the nice police officers now. Ooh. More shotgun ammo.
Okay.
Thank you. Some leather armor.
Even though
A shoot
that,
gun.
Even though you do not have sponsorship from this company, will not say who the brand of chips are, but they are organic now. So I'm not really quite sure how to.
Wait, Doritos does organic?
Oh, god damn it.
I can say it. I'm not sponsoring me. It's just I didn't know Doritos did organic. Interesting.
Interesting. No, I found them at the store the other day. It's no artificial preservatives, flavors, or colors.
Oh, that's nice. It's not like that's overly expensive anymore.
And they don't taste like shit. So look at
Ooh,
that.
hello, thank you, sir.
Guess what? Doritos are healthy now. What the fuck just happened?
Oh, a tool. Those are great. That
Now
ups
they
your
can make bacon.
most bacon is organic already because it comes out of a pig. It's a cut of meat, sir.
I know it's a cut of meat, but
Just buy higher grade bacon.
just buy higher grade pigs.
So I mean, you buy higher grade bacon, you get it from a higher grade pig.
No, you just buy the pig.
I mean, if you eat that much pork, you can totally do that.
Oh, I love pork. I love pork.
I'm not a pork person.
I like porkin.
You like porking?
I like porkin.
You like porking?
Yeah.
Yeah? Hey, Senpai's here!
Oh my god, there's 4 people.
What insane conversation are we gonna fucking have now? Because we went off the fucking rails last time.
If I had to go back in time,
Oh, God.
I would not kill Adolf Hitler.
No, you make sure he's a successful artist. That's even fucking easy, actually.
That's like the easiest one. Problem solved.
Take him to America. Let him be a successful fucking artist.
Okay, and then you know what? Well, then, okay, and here's the problem. How would you solve fucking, like, Germany getting fucked over?
There's no way to do that.
There is.
Honestly, I don't see a way.
No. What you do is you get fucking the Duke of Wellington.
Okay.
If you have a time machine, you stop Hitler from ever becoming a world leader by bringing him to America, become a landscape artist. Then you go back in time.
Because he'll be popular as fuck here.
You bring the Duke of Wellington to the future and show him what France did to Germany after World War I, and then you overthrow the current Prime Minister with the Duke of Wellington of the past and have England declare war on France.
That's your fucking solution? Yeah, somebody else would totally start World War II. Like Goebbels or Himmler. Preferably not Himmler. Himmler was insane. Like all those stereotypes about Nazis, those are true with Himmler. The dude was a whack job.
He wasn't a whack job, he was devoted.
Whack job. He was a whack job.
Devoted.
Whack job.
Devoted. He was a devoted whack job.
He was a devoted whack job. He's a devoted whack job.
Okay, so why are we looking at this guy's smiling face? What are you
Because
doing?
I'm buying stuff.
You're not buying your Desert
Or sorry,
Eagle from
I'm selling things to
him.
him.
Are you
I'm
buying
selling
a
him
Desert
shotguns.
Eagle from him?
No.
What is that? Is that an actual desert eagle?
One second, I can't actually type it out at the moment. I need to knock off 125. There we go.
Mangle.
My favorite Nazi was Mengele. He was a doctor in concentration camp. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what he was.
We're gonna inject you with so much vitamin C, we'll figure out how much vitamin C a human body can take. Thanks, Mengele.
Thank you. We all clearly needed to know that.
Well, if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't know how much vitamin C the human body can have, and we wouldn't know how much vitamin C that your body actually needs.
The fuck?
Science.
Oh, that was kind of weird that was doing that. What's one of those worth? Whoa, way fucking more. Holy shit.
Yeah, keep the combat armor. You're gonna need that.
It's not combat armor, it's leather. That's, oh Jesus.
What are you trading? What are you trading for? How much is he charging you? Is that
well,
a Mauser?
That is I picked that up off of Fat Fuck from last stream.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, what is that? Oh, this is not member ammo. Awesome. What's that? It's 223. I'm gonna keep that. I might just pay him for that.
How much?
Yeah, I'll just pay him for that.
How many?
3,000 cap shekels.
You have 3,000 soda shekels.
3,000 soda shekels.
We'll call it soda shekels.
Fucking soda shekels. That's what we're going with now.
Soda shekels.
Soda shekels.
Yeah.
This is what we're going. Thank you, Killian.
Well, the funny thing is when you think about it, eventually, because of the high rate of socialism that is California currently experiencing,
They're gonna have soda shekels.
Eventually, they're gonna have to trade in bottle caps.
Do you want to know what I find really weird? This is something I find very odd. They talk about shekels. You know, it's a Jewish thing. They always talk about, shekels in relation to Jews. Shekels were Babylonian.
Yeah, where were the Jews?
The shekels are old as fuck.
Right, but where were the Jews when they got conquered by the Babylonians? The tribe of Judah.
I'm just saying, it's shekels is more than just Jewish. It's find it weird it's associated with them.
By the Babylonians.
Everybody was conquered by the Babylonians.
Yes, Kingdom of Judah. The kingdom of Masana and Israel were conquered by the Assyrians, and the Assyrians were conquered by the Babylonians.
I think the Assyrians came afterwards.
No, the Assyrians were before that, weren't they?
Wait.
Yes.
I have to think here. Because I think there's been like 3 or 4 different Assyrian empires.
Yes.
It's like Assyrian Empire 1, Assyrian Empire 2, Electric Boogaloo, Assyrian Empire 3, The Revengeing.
I think it's either Masana or something like that, but is either Masana or Messiah or whatever the hell it's called. That kingdom plus the kingdom of Israel are actually named
not the hotel.
For
Fuck's the hotel.
The 2 sons that were chosen. I think were
that
actually
is a
the 2
what
chosen
is that?
sons that were.
What is this thing?
Meant to be the part of to basically go out and be the chosen people. To basically be the chosen kingdom, the chosen Jews.
Yeah.
I guess in the biblical sense. It was
Psych, no need for the ancient Greeks were conquered by Babylonians. Okay, sorry. The Persians made a good effort and then completely fucking fumbled. By all rights, the Persians should have conquered Greece. They just
That's what you get for wearing.
They so royally fucked that up.
Because they dressed like fucking circus clowns with goddamn wicker shields and pointy sticks. You don't fucking.
Oh, that did not. Oh, that was fucking. They were behind so far.
Some fucking gay clothing that basically has black cloth on our face, so we can call ourselves immortal. Dude, you're not immortal. You look like a circus clown in mourning with a wicker basket. You look like
I'm gonna be fucking honest. The entire thing with the Persians is, their military tech was fucking like 30 years out of goddamn date. It was like, guys, the Greeks have upgraded. They use metal shields now. I mean, yes, a great many.
It'd be like us going to war with Paraguay, and then suddenly Paraguay fields in their battalion of M5 stewards against us. They're the only country in the world that still has those damn things in use.
It would be like America invading Nigeria, and then the Nigerians having handheld railguns. That's what happened to the Persians. By all rights, they should have completely kicked the Greeks' ass, and they just fucked it up royally.
The real question is why the hell would we want to invade Nigeria?
I know. Well, Nigeria also likes us. So there's really no reason to. I just using it as an example.
Nigerians are cool.
They're cool people.
Yeah. But it's kind of like an every man for himself kind of thing in that region. So like.
I'll be honest. Nigeria's doing okay. I will give them credit where credit is fucking due. There. Ooh, hello. Booze. I think it's booze.
Can't really say anything good about Somalia though.
They're not even trying. Like Ethiopia, who's right next to them, is actually trying. And they're succeeding, actually. And so good on them.
You want to know why? Because they mustered the will of their ancestors that beat the shit out of the Italians.
But hey, we got Leonidas as Gerald Butler. Yes. That's exactly how this works. I fucking I love the movie 300.
Gerald Butler is Leonidas.
They are one and the same.
They are one and the same.
Oh yeah, it wasn't 300. It was 1,000 Spartans. It was 1,000 Spartans and
1,000 Spartans and like 3,000 like
3 or 4,000 Macedonians. I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was Macedonians.
It wasn't Macedonians.
No, it's Athenians.
Not Athenians.
Yeah, it was Athenians.
No, it wasn't Athenians. It was
What was it? They had backup. That's the point.
It's city-state in a game with a P.
It's gonna fucking bug me now.
Yeah, it's gonna bug the shit out of me now.
Who are you and what are you doing here? I'm Alan Jones. I'm new to this town. I don't think that joke's ever gonna get actually old. Apparently so, since everyone knows that this territory is the Skulls, with a Z and one L, so you know we're super serious. You better beat it before someone decides to hurt you.
You better beat it before we turn you gay. Like the frogs.
Not Macedonians. I legit can't translate their names in English. And then Skulls. Yeah, it's pure edge. They bleed edge. They're not the cutting edge. They're the bleeding edge. The bleed edginess. Oh god, it's great.
Skull stompers.
Yeah, fucking we'll make orc jokes now. The Skulls, who were there was orcs. Orcs would spell it with 2 L's. Because even they know that Skulls is spelled with 2 L's.
Because even though that Cockneys sound illiterate, they are not.
True story. That's us. We're the meanest gang in town. Actually, we're the only gang, but nobody messes with us.
I want to see what Fallout Britain would look like. That would be fucking hilarious. Except when you come out of the vault, do you have to convert to Islam?
Oh god, that's bad. Fucking hilarious.
Use the proper language. We say haram.
Oh my god. Fucking Senpai is dying now.
Yep.
You bet. Nobody messes with us. Well, except for Killian. But he's cool and all. He's like the sheriff man. We do whatever we want.
The sheriff man.
The sheriff man.
You're the man, sheriff man.
You're the man.
It's like a really shitty superhero name.
The sheriff man.
Sheriff man.
Sheriff man.
Arriving 10 minutes late like usual. Fuck.
There to clean up the corpse. I can't keep that tune going.
No, it's like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like a shitty part about living. It's like oh, everyone's always like, I want to move to the country. It must be quiet and peaceful. And it's like, dude, the sheriff takes like 10 fucking minutes to get to your house.
Oh, the sheriff takes more like fucking 20 out here because he's got and then the
fucker lives down the street.
They have the normal response time. But then they have to drive 15 fucking minutes to your house.
Right.
Oh, God.
It took, like, I think 10 minutes to get to my house after, like, my fiance broke the front door window.
Oh, God.
Because she realizes now that you're not supposed to, bang on glass when you're locked out of the house. That was terrible. I have to get a new door. That was funny, though.
Okay, doing some saving, because I'll be...
I have to actually replace a window on the door, and then I have to replace a door latch because the door latch for the screen door in the back of the house is a piece of shit. And if you push it and if you try to open it, it will latch itself shut and lock itself shut because the mechanisms are really loose. So when she went to open the door,
I will pass this speech check.
She locked herself out. because she pushed the button and it just fucking
Oh
locked her
God.
out. So then she was like sitting there, and I forgot to lock the screen door on the front of the house. So she managed to get that. So she opens that up and she's pounding on the glass, and she's just like, "Let me in!" Right through the fucking window. Goes to the hospital. Has to get 7 stitches. And
We have now saved a young girl from doing something stupid, namely hanging out with these dumb fucks.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, I've convinced her that she needs to do something else.
Like,
she was just hanging out with them and having fun. I'm like, we should go do something else.
What the fuck layout of a building is this? What layout is this?
It's a hotel.
It's a hotel.
Yes. Okay. Hotel room. Innkeeper or hotel keeper's room. The room I'm renting. The whore's room. Other room. And then this is like a large hangout room? Slumish thing? I don't know what the fuck's going on in here, actually. It's a thing. It's a room. It does room things. I don't know. Alright, let's go talk to these dumb fucks.
Long story short, don't pound on lead-lined glass.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. Not you. I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to this guy. You're a Skull's Turf, stranger. That should be spelled with 2 L's. Stop recording. We have enough numbers for our math class.
What?
Cool Kids Math Club.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's going to be a recurring fucking meme throughout this series. The Cool Kids Math Club. Skulls, how are you guys? Only Junktown. Yeah, you're all fucking stupid. Couldn't run the school. You couldn't run the school art, Chromo.
They probably like are getting poisoned slowly from lead and poisoned from lead, and they're
very
probably
possible.
getting like issues with tetanus. Maybe it's like affecting their IQ.
I see. Ah, damn it.
Well, when you're sitting there drinking Nuka-Cola and fucking and eating iguana bits, I think your IQ.
Like 50% done with the stream highlight video. Awesome. It's gonna be fucking fantastic.
What?
Senpai is going to make a stream highlight video from the first stream of Just Another Day in California.
Oh, God.
Because he thought it was so fucking amazing that he had to make a highlight video of it. Because let's be honest, there was some really good shit in there.
Bullshit, we're not that funny.
I don't know. We nearly died from laughter about the whole fucking Cool Kids Math Club joke. That fucker was running for like 10 minutes. That was some good shit. And then there was the various Alex Jones jokes with Ala Jones and Alan Jones. There was a lot of good humor here.
Yeah.
Open the fucking door.
Well, howdy.
How do you like? Oh, now he moves. That was kind of like.
He wasn't moving before?
Like the claymation kind of fucks with me once in a while because I kind of just sit there and
Yeah.
like look at it. Look, watch his face.
We trade with people or less.
He's just staring blankly at you. Like the fucker has a permanent 1,000-yard stare.
That's the slight issue with this animation style is that they made a
1,000-yard stare.
clay head and then they put mocap things on it and then they just moved it as necessary and then animate and then got all the various mouth flappy shit to make it work.
Mouth flappy shit. You mean lips, right? The mouth flappies.
No, they're actually mouth.
We call them lips.
They're actually
around
doing mouth flaps like anime does. That's how they did it. They got a bunch of generic shapes like South Park does, and then they string together sentences with it. Now, certain people they actually had to do the full jaw thing. I think Harold was one of them because they had to actually do every one of his fucking lines because of the way his head is shaped. But it's crazy.
How does he get his hair like that?
That's the Vietnam War
fuck
flashback
this.
eyes.
Let's
Just
look
his
at
naturally
face real
fabulous
quick.
hair.
He's got fucking naturally feathered hair. His hair is feathered.
To be fair, I have naturally highlighted hair.
That's because you're a mutt. But that's
because you're a mutt.
Okay? What do you think a calico cat is? It's basically every cat put together in a fucking... And then they keep fucking other cats. And what are you going to get? You're just going to get another calico. Calico fucks a tabby.
More calico.
Oh, you calico fucks a tabby? Calico. You got a calico that fucks like another cat, another calico. And then if it fucks one of those Russian, Siberian-looking cats, then you got a really furry calico.
A big fuzzy-ass calico. Every point, everything's a calico.
Everything's gonna turn into a calico. Your dog gets screwed by another dog. It'll turn that other dog into a calico.
Skulls.
Oh,
And
the
I
puppy,
hear some strange
not the dog.
things happening down by the hub, but they haven't affected us yet. Knock on my mother-in-law's head.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna go talk to guard man by the door.
Howdy, partner. I'm actually from California, but actually I'm a transplant from Texas.
It's funny because he doesn't have that thick of an
Only in
accent. He
this-
just kind of has that little bit where he uses the
Because
words.
he has to sound like a cowboy.
I don't know.
Here's a.
Hey, he
it's
could
either
be
that or
he
the
could be from
universe is
Arizona.
completely opposite.
He could be from
where
Arizona.
Socialism actually affected Texas, and all the Texans went to California.
Exactly. I proposed the first cat suicide.
The first cat suicide.
That's called the Darwin Awards. Those already happened.
First cat suicide. How do cats even commit suicide?
They just do dumb shit.
So cat stuff.
Yeah, cat stuff. Cat genocide. Okay, cat genocide. Please don't commit cat genocide. Cats perform a vital function in the ecosystem.
Yeah, by dying and being eaten by crows, by doing stupid shit.
And the ones that don't eat annoying pests.
Or the dead cat.
Or the dead cat that's in the road. Because it's a dumbass.
It's a dumbass. Because what do you always see when you're driving down the road? You're seeing dead fucking raccoons. You're seeing dead fucking you're seeing dead fucking cats. But you never see a dead crow in the road.
Hard-ons on the skulls. All illegal activities. Or you can talk with Killian. Okay, well, I will do that. I think that might have actually gotten me.
Senpai must notice says
Ow.
that was a lake joke.
Yeah, that is a lake joke. That joke is getting taken out back, told to look at the beautiful sunset, and getting shot with the Mauser we just got.
Was the joke Jewish?
Oh my fucking god, that was bad. That's fucking bad. Holy shit. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, my fine. Just keep looking at Tsubasa. Think of happy thoughts.
Wow, really? Really? That's where we're going here.
Hey man, you're the fucking guy with the backyard full of dead jokes. So
Yeah, well, it is a dead joke graveyard.
Today.
Okay, I guess he doesn't have a fucking quest for me. I thought he gave me one. Whatever, guess not. Yeah. Oh. My dog is being very needy right now, and she's driving me nuts.
You could have a fiancé.
They are like dogs.
No, just the needy part sometimes.
Just the needy parts.
I couldn't pick up the mail. Can you do the dishes? That is exactly the...
And here's like, wait, what?
What?
How are those two things related?
So then I got confused. Now the fucking post office box is full of silverware, and now my dishwasher's full of my mail. Now my bills are all soggy.
Fucking laughing so damn hard I forgot to go into the fucking hotel over here. God.
Hotel California. It's exactly how I
Into
imagined
the
it.
Hotel California.
Exactly how I imagined it. Have one lady that's kind of a whore and it's kind of dumpy and doesn't really look all that impressive.
I'll be honest, I've actually seen the Hotel California from the outside. It really doesn't look all that impressive. It's a giant white block. It's basically a giant white brick stuck in the ground. It's not terribly impressive. Talk to this man. Damn it. Okay, don't talk to that guy. Talk to this guy? Very happy person, are you? Why do you say that? I'm quite happy. I'm very happy because there are lots of things that bleed. Ah, yes, art appreciation. I can understand that. I think. Well, okay then. Can I not, like, talk to him about joining?
How do
Here.
I join the skulls?
No, join. Joins out. Okay, that's not working.
Ask him what's in the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Oh, wait, I remember what I gotta do now. I gotta go to the bar later.
Is that the bar?
No, bar's this way. Must be on his period. Yeah, that guy's clearly on his period. Very much so.
Oh, man.
I love how there's a trash can fire, or a fucking barrel fire, with some chairs around it. Like, that is a classy setup right there. Or a redneck.
Alright. Same thing. One drinks whiskey, the other drinks vodka. It's the same thing.
What the fuck does he mean he enjoys things that bleed? You know, you can take that one however you want. Because you can take that multiple ways. Like a fucking vampire. That's probably what he is. He's clearly a vampire. That's what we're going with. He's a vampire. Okay, I need... Pit Boy.
He is an edgy vampire.
Super edgy vampire.
Super edgy vampire. He does that.
Super edgy?
He thinks that he's that exact voice. He sounds like this. I enjoy things that bleed. I'm part of the Skulls gang.
Super...
I am a super Skull member.
I can't even fucking talk. The super edgy vampire.
The super edgy vampire.
Start fucking cracking up before I can talk, god damn it. Oh, now every time I talk to him, which will probably be never again, I'm gonna hear that fucking voice.
In your head. You're welcome.
I'm a super edgy vampire. You gotta make it like flamboyantly gay. I'm a super edgy vampire.
You're just gonna make it.
Okay, I hate myself now.
Sound like a prepubescent fucking vamp kid. That's just like you gotta do that shit, and then eventually, then it'll make it more entertaining instead of kind of creepy.
It's Brittany Biff.
It's Brittany Biff.
Oh god, this is gonna be fucking great. This is some good shit here. Okay, let's talk to this man. Talk to the barman. Oh, the scum pit.
The scum pit.
My name's Alan Jones. What is this place?
We don't like your kind round here.
Neil looks at you quizzically for a moment. Haven't you ever seen a bar before, stranger? This is my place, the scum pit. You buy drinks here, and you tip me. Can I get some other information? I guess what do you want to know? What's the scoop on this town?
Can you give me other information besides your bar? Does your character, that's what it is. He has vault autism.
Vaultism. He is vaultism.
He is vaultistic.
He's vaultistic. There we go. Makes perfect sense now. No,
like,
it's
this
why
is-
it's
what
why
is
I so
this
thoroughly
place?
it's why I so thoroughly question everything. Alan Jones is vaultistic.
Vaultistic.
It's autism brought about by the vault. Killian's General Store and Marcel's Crash House. Killian's.
And the higher the vault number, the higher level of vaultism.
Oh God! And, good guy, runs a straight joint. Carries everything you need. The Crash House is where you sleep it off when you've been here for too long. Thanks for the information.
Hey!
See you around.
Get away from there. Sorry, your dog was on the counter trying to steal your salt off the countertop. What the fuck?
What?
What is wrong with you?
I think she wants food. Oh God!
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. It's a cutscene happened. This fucker was harassing the wait girl, who freaked out, and then Neil whipped out the fucking gun and just went, BAM!
Did he just kill one of them? He just murdered that motherfucker.
Oh, he murdered that bitch. That bitch be murdered. Ooh,
Is that leather armor?
he has a Knife and another armor, which I did not compare. I should compare that to my leather jacket, which looks suave as fuck.
You know, actually, that leather jacket is very familiar. What does that leather jacket look like?
Mad Max.
No.
It's the Mad Max jacket.
Look closelier at it.
Closelier?
Closelier.
Closelier? Okay.
Enhance. Enhance.
It's made up of Pepe's
So
now.
your character's heavy-handed. He's wearing a one-armed leather jacket, and he's heavy-handed.
Ah! I am Kenshiro. There's a slight problem. I don't think Kenshiro has a sleeve. I think he's just wearing a vest.
I know he had a. I think he had a sleeve.
I don't think Kenshiro has a sleeve.
He didn't have a.
Fucking step by closely here, and I am the foreigner. Fuck you. We are America, and we make up words.
We invent our own words because actual English is very hard.
Actual English is stupid. Whoa. That's pretty
There's a
fucking
reason
good,
why
actually.
Our language is hard to learn.
Well, it's hard to master, easy to learn. Because it's a pretty forgiving language when it comes to fucking up.
When you get cussed out by people that Don't
That's
speak English
actually
very
pretty good
well.
fucking armor.
And it's probably the funniest thing ever is when someone says you're gonna like, I'm gonna punch your mother in the.
Are you from Vault 999?
Hey, now.
Up. You're Vaultistic. You're on the Vaultism spectrum.
I am on the Vaultism spectrum.
Great. We have now created a new meme. Vaultism.
Is that spectrum blue?
Well, the Vault text color is blue, so yeah.
That joke died.
Yeah, it died.
Fucking arrival. That joke came out and was like, "Hey, how's it going? Heart attack off a cliff into your fucking backyard."
Heart attack off a cliff through a portal into the backyard.
Before he gets buried in the ground, gets shot in the head with your fucking Mauser. Done.
The Mauser, the executioner pistol. All right, let's go talk to the Dem Skulls.
Dem skulls. Gotta rattle them bones.
Oh God, we're gonna rattle some bones
We're gonna rattle some bones.
with
We're gonna
my
rattle
fist.
We're gonna rattle them skulls.
Fist of the North Star, bitch. Wait, I can go in this way. Aha!
Oh, dude, you totally could have made it. Oh, we should have thought of that first. We could have totally made fucking Kenshiro.
I still can.
Oh, wait.
Dude, I have heavy-handed. It's literally just dump
Did you
points
just
into
say-
unarmed.
Did you just say Ken? Hakuto no Ken?
I said Kenshiro,
Kenshiro.
who is shortened to Ken a fair amount in the show.
He's the only Ken that anybody should actually like, not the Barbie doll version. Truth.
I don't believe I ever denied that.
Except that, yeah.
Wait. I mean, you got what? Wait. Is this registered that I already have the quest? I think it has.
What is your quest?
Okay, to get into the skulls, you have to go, after that event, you have to, go steal the urn from that guy, which is the urn of his wife's ashes. However, if you don't side with the skulls and you do the undercover thing, you can give him it back. And you get, like, double the karma that you lost from stealing it. Basically, you're stealing it to do undercover ops.
So you need to go for the fucking double cross then.
Yeah, you're basically
You're twice the best.
you're stealing it and not keeping it. If you steal it and keep it, you still lose a fuck ton of karma. But if I give it back, you get a shit ton back.
What would you do with with another man's like wife's ashes?
They're the skulls. I just assume they're going to be assholes about it. Really, I just assume they're
You
going
want
to.
in on our guild? You gotta steal these If you wanted fucking someone's dead ashes, you should have just went to the guy who was selling off those body parts of the hub.
Would have been happy to
You guys
accommodate
want
you.
corpses that badly? Just go here. Let's go over to the fucking doctor's office and just fucking fry up some of these corpses over here. Problem solved.
All right, we're going to do that. And yeah, we're going to be all sneaky like.
No, you don't want to use his wife's ashes as war paint. It's
Now I'm going to try to steal it.
post-apocalyptic California. You use it as a chocolate drinking mix.
Fuck. That didn't work. I have been shot.
Where'd you get shot?
Him. So we're going to try this again here. Okay, now I'm going to be sneaky.
Sneak.
Sneak. I'm now sneaking.
Is it enabled? Is that what
It
it
is
says?
sneak. Sneak is now enabled.
Okay.
Use his wife ashes as war paint. Use the urn as a cocktail mixer. I don't think the skulls are that smart. Now we're gonna wait until morning.
You're gonna wait till morning in his bar.
Yep.
Is
While
he on-
hiding.
Hmm?
While hiding. Success.
But Ian.
And now I'm going to steal it. Oh. Okay, let's go back to sneaking. And I'll click on steal. Urn got. And we are done.
Success.
And I feel like an asshole.
Are you kidding me? I would say you feel accomplished because you got shot the last time.
I feel like an asshole, though. I stole the ashes of a man's dead wife. Fuck off, fly.
Maybe you did him a favor. How do you know he's not fucking the urn?
don't think he's fucking psychotic.
But people are fucking weird.
I'm aware.
Because he's not fucking psychotic. You're joining a group of people that one of them likes bleeding shit.
Well, he is a psychotic. Psychotic.
I'm psychotic. I like bleeding.
He is actually. He's also an edgy vampire. You know, you can be a psychotic, edgy vampire. That's like super edgy. You got it. Yep. Old cocksuffer until we off him tonight. Are you in? Got some other shit to do before then. I'll meet you there. Alright. Meet us there later, but don't take too long.
Don't take too long.
You're like fucking retarded?
They got like surfer bro fucking voices.
Surfer bro voices. Okay, man. We'll see you later, then, dude.
Surfer gang called the Skull. Totally tubular, bro.
Dude, man, broski.
We're gonna fucking like.
Dude, man, bro.
Dude, we're like gonna go down to like the fucking like.
You know they use ashes to spike cocktails, right? Wait, what? Really? They spike cocktails with fucking ashes? What the fuck kind of cocktails are you drinking? I mean, I'm not entirely surprised because people light fucking drinks on fire. Why the fuck did I teleport to this guy?
Why would you want to light your drink on fire?
It's a thing people do.
Fire, walk with me.
The Skulls are planning on killing
Set
Neil.
the whiskey on fire.
What? We'll see about that. I'll send some men over the ambush. Fuck yeah, I'm in. Shit. I didn't get a chance to get my inventory.
What happened?
Oh well. Because they teleported me to the fight.
What
What?
happened?
One
Were
moment.
the Skulls fighting him?
Yeah. Excuse me. Shotgun, damn it!
Why don't you just take out a grenade, kill everyone, then you
Kill everyone, loot all of their
and
stuff.
then you run Junktown.
Master Blaster runs Barter Town. Ah, the barmaid's
But
punching
you
the shit out
already
of him.
killed the midget, so now Master Blaster can't run Bartertown. You see an illiterate midget.
Way to go, dog meat. He's just fucking going, nom 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 nom, you're dead.
Is that a spear? That's gotta be the edgy guy.
That is a spear. No, it's the guards. I know, that's it. Ow!
I think you're gonna get killed there, guy.
What the fuck?
You might be fucked here, guy.
That hurt. A lot.
Can you still use your stim pack?
Yes. Use on myself.
So the ones in...
Ah, drugs.
I'm guessing the one in denim.
That's Ian. Come on, Ian, you got this. What the fuck? Where are you going?
Problem solved. Oops.
They're fucking shooting each other because they're dumb. Ow!
Why'd he shoot you?
I don't know! I went to go help. I don't know why I'm getting shot.
He's gonna kill that guy.
What the fuck is going on here?
I think your game is freaking the fuck out.
I am legitimately confused. Who is this? Let's find out. That's... Yeah, that's not Ian. That's what I wanted to make sure of. I mean, are they just confused because I'm not fucking, Oh, shit, I don't know fucking snip
So you did you talk to the sheriff saying, yeah, we're gonna...
Yeah, I did. I talked to the fucking guards in Junktown. I'm like, hey, we're gonna go fucking... I'm gonna help you guys out. I don't know what's going on right now. I'm very confused. This is like some giant, crazy-ass free-for-all. Ow!
Did the bartender just shoot you?
Why do you keep shooting me?
You were killed by the bartender. That's
Why
what
the
you-
fuck does he keep shooting me?
Maybe you should have, instead of going to the...
Wait a minute.
guys,
Wait a minute.
You stole the ashes, right? So...
One moment here. Got it. Yup. Okay. So we do that.
So go back to the guy.
I'm gonna, go give him the ashes back first. Maybe the game's freaking out because I still have the ashes on me. and I'm not supposed to if I'm doing that part of the quest,
Yes.
that would be
Is
my
that
guess.
right there by the barrel?
No. That might be what's going on here. Is that it's just freaking the fuck out because I have the ashes on me and I shouldn't.
So how come the skulls have one L and a Z, yet some reason Scum Pit has 2 T's?
Wait, it does?
Yes.
I've never fucking noticed
No,
that.
Scum Pit has 2 T's.
Well, holy shit.
I've got some shit I gotta take care of.
Oh, he fucking saw me. That's what fucking happened.
What?
When I was in here, he fucking noticed me somehow through a wall.
Oh no.
How the fuck? How did he see that through the wall? That was close. He was fucking over there. He goes, you hope no one saw you with your clumsy attempt. I'm like, well, there's no one in the fucking room. They shouldn't be able to. Now I can't fucking complete this goddamn quest because he's fucking hostile.
So then you have to reload
I
the whole thing.
fucking can't. That's the problem here.
Why?
You know what? I can complete the fucking quest by
Just telling the sheriff what happened?
I'll just go fucking, I just won't teleport into the scum pit.
Probably would be the smartest option.
And I'm hoping what that'll do is override the other aggro. We can check that out.
I'm gonna steal one of your sodas.
I've only got 2 left.
What do you got left?
2 Mountain Dews. So give me one of them. Like, that's really fucking...
You only had one.
Thought I had 2.
No, you have one.
Fuck.
However, there's these orange ones in the back.
Yeah, that's drinkable.
Mountain Dew Live Wire. Dew sparked with orange. Doesn't even say like an orange.
It's literally
citrus.
just, yeah, you know.
It just says orange, sparked with orange. It looks orange, fucker.
Yeah. Alright, now let's see if I can fucking fix this with this. Cause I don't know what the fuck's been going on with this quest line,
like
because
someone-
somehow it started me on the quest line without actually doing the quest line. It was really fucking weird. Like, I didn't use the actual fucking... Oh, fuck. I didn't. One moment. I think I talked to the skulls, dude. Whoops. Yep. Got some other shit to do. Done. Okay. There we go.
I chat more, but I'm fucking exhausted.
We went through an awful lot of humor there in a very short amount of time.
We shut down at work, and it's been a lot of crap going on because of maintenance and all this other shit. So it's been pretty
Fun shit.
God.
Fun in quotes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, now let's see if I can just end the fucking quest with that and see if I can go up there and give him the fucking urn back. So the issue with not having fucking autosaves, you can't go back to unfuck something. Killing Neil. No thanks, I've done my good deed for the day.
You don't steal a man's fleshlight.
Probably there's too much stream delay. There's a bunch of stream delay?
Let us look.
There shouldn't be. I don't have my stream set to a delay. I mean, we're terrible about fucking noticing the goddamn chats in a timely manner, but... I mean, I commented on that one basically the moment I saw it, which I think was the moment it popped up.
What's really weird lately, I got a comment. Are you getting robocalls from, like, political shit?
I've been getting robocalls for fucking ever, mostly about the healthcare thing. Healthcare enrollment. You mean that thing I already have because I have fucking insurance because I have a job? Like, what the fuck?
You won't have to really worry about public health care if people were employed. But what about the people who are unemployable? Find a way to get them employed. But what if they're old and retired? They need Medicare.
There's nothing wrong with Medicare. Leave it all.
Nothing
Wow.
wrong with Medicare except the fact that they funded the fuck out of it.
It's like, Medicare in principle is fine. I don't exactly agree that the fucking current system is working properly,
save,
but...
Save.
I'm not... Actually, wait, I will do an
Save.
alternate save.
There you go. That's right.
That's right! That's right!
That's right!
Alright. Boop.
Oh, the robocalls? So, we have...
The fuck are those robocalls? Robocalls are a machine calling you, like the equivalent of a fucking spam bot.
Yeah, it's like getting...
Am I gonna get shot? Damn it!
You have every right to kill him in self-defense. Oh.
This is actually something that just fucking bothers me about this quest. Because, okay, I stole the urn so I could get into the Skulls gang and do undercover work. He's like, well, you stole my thing. Can I not explain to you why I did it? No, I can't. He has to not fucking see me.
Wait.
It's too late.
Is the urn in your inventory?
I can't give it to him.
Can you have the thing in your hands when you're walking in?
No! I don't think I fucking can. Let's look at it.
Do you have the urn in your inventory?
That's kind of actually what the robocalls are.
What?
Oh, God.
It's a bar brawl.
What
Is going on?
Oh, no, he shot the wrong person. They missed.
Wait, he shot the wrong person?
He fucking missed. He critically failed and killed that guy.
His guard or what?
Yeah.
Let's find a walkthrough.
Well, here's the thing. I can't unfuck this. This is not unfuckable. This is not unfuckable.
Senpai mode most notice says, like you are getting called by a bot who is telling you that wasn't Obamacare nice, vote Democrat next term.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. But you get that from both parties.
Yeah, both our parties do the robocall shit, and it's annoying as balls.
I would like to see what a libertarian robocall would be like.
Well, that's fucked.
Because I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
That's fucked. I guess.
Vote Libertarian Party. 1776 will commence again.
Well, that's fucked. I guess we can never fucking complete that. That's fucking annoying, though. It's like, oh, he saw you. How?
I don't think you can ever go back in the bar. How about just never go in the bar ever?
I'm not. But it's fucking annoying because now I can't get the karma back, and I can't get the fucking gun he was going to give me.
What gun?
He gives you a gun as a reward.
For giving his urn back.
For finding the urn. It's like...
Is there a timed thing that you're supposed to do with that?
It's just... Oh, he magically saw me somehow.
So he's immediately hostile to you no matter what?
Yeah, you're fucked. He's always hostile.
So just don't go in his bar anymore.
No, but I can't fucking complete the goddamn thing I wanted to.
Is it the
really fucking annoying?
The goal of the game is for Alan Jones to find the water filter to make sure that Vault 13 doesn't become gay from all the chemicals the super mutants want to inject in their vault.
This is really fucking annoying because it's like, oh, I hope someone didn't see you. How could he have seen me? There was a wall in the way.
Careful, DSP. We don't want to go further down this rabbit hole.
God, that's fucking annoying.
Except you can actually watch Darkside Phil and be mildly entertained when he's fucking everything up too.
Well, I'm just fucking pissed because there's only two ways to fucking deal with that. You have to somehow steal the urn without ever being noticed, and then you can't give it back if he notices you. Like, you can't go here, or you can't go to a guard here, give this back to him or something. You can't unfuck that.
True, but
It's really goddamn annoying.
if you're done with all your quests in Junktown,
I'm just never coming back to Junktown.
just never go back to Junktown. Ever.
Which is annoying because...
But you took care of the skulls. So you saved Junktown.
I'm more annoyed because now I have this stupid fucking urn in my inventory and I can't do anything about it.
You eat the urn?
No.
Can you piss in the urn?
Can't do anything to the urn. What is this? This is box of noodles, guns and bullets. That took a bunch of time, but I have now done that. You learn nothing new. Damn it!
You learned nothing new. You learned that bullets go in guns. And that guns fire bullets.
Oh my god. Whether what you see in the screen is California after nuclear fallout. What I see is Greece the last 15 years. Wow! Wow! Way to be a fucking nuclear downer there, man.
Nuclear downer.
That's a fucking nuclear bomb of a downer there. Like, holy shit. The mood dropped like the nuke on Hiroshima. Holy fuck.
No, it really didn't, because I was actually going to ask, when the hell did you get super mutants in Greece?
That is a good question, good sir.
And are those super mutants Turkish?
Are the super mutants Turkish? Really? This is what we go with. Like 6 hours till it's fucking daylight.
Is your dog gonna go out?
Maybe. Let her out,
very
please.
upset.
The Turkish super mutants. Yeah, let her out.
Turkish super mutants.
Oh, look, it's Doom Guy. Doom Guy's...
Big, hairy, green, muscular guys screaming at each other in incoherent gibberish, taking baths with one another. Yeah, sounds Turkish, alright.
That's fucking bad.
It's not that bad. It's just a bath. With big, hairy men.
I find it interesting, a race of people in such a warm part of the world evolved to be so goddamn hairy. Like, what is with that?
It keeps the mosquitoes off.
Let's talk with this man.
Actually, it's a lot worse because when
Cargo
you're hairy
traders.
and you're surrounded by mosquitoes, you can feel them on your hair, and it drives you fucking nuts.
God, I can imagine.
I think I killed 50 mosquitoes at my workplace today, and in the last 3 days, I've kept count. I've killed 180.
What do you want?
I think what I told you before was damn near whole hatching of mosquitoes.
Senpai apparently did not know of that stereotype. I wasn't talking about Greeks specifically being hairy, I was talking about Turks being hairy. But there's also
Anybody
stereotypes
in the
of
Mediterranean
just
is
being
hairy as shit.
darker skinned and hairy.
It's called olive skin.
Sorry, olive skin.
Olive skin.
specifically.
Darker skinned, really? Really?
Well, it is darker than us.
Okay. Darker than white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Come on, dude. Even Ben Franklin called us tawny. Tawny. Okay? If you weren't
Tawny.
You're
tawny.
British, French, or Scottish, you
were
were tawny.
You tawny.
Okay? They didn't like the Irish, so they didn't really so they considered them, you know, mostly degenerate human subhuman degenerate human beings, but still.
That's more Middle East. Yeah, Greece is not actually that olive skinned, honestly. It seems to be overstated an awful lot.
Kind of ruddy.
I mean, it's there, but I think it's got more to do with the fact that most Greek people
I'm
see are like tour guides on boats.
I'm part Italian, and I'm part Italian and Native American. I mean, my skin I'm fucking olive colored, which is, But
Weighs 500 hubucks, aka soda shekels.
Soda shekels.
Soda shekels. That name is sticking now. They're now soda shekels.
Soda. Yeah, we have to get our soda shekels from the Nuka-Cola Jew.
From the Nuka-Cola Jew. Oh, God. Thanks, bye. Okay. Gonna talk to Beth,
Actually,
who runs the gun stall. Just saying that Hitler considered Greeks as part of the Aryan race. I think it's because he liked Greece, honestly.
I think it's just because he liked a lot of the philosophers. That's
Yeah.
more or less what it is. Like the Romans.
I'll be honest, the whole Aryan race thing wasn't terribly consistent along any real lines other than this group of people kind of liked them.
Yeah, the thing is that, like, the one thing I always bring up to people about that document, the Lebensraum document, that they supposedly found, is that document doesn't make much sense, and it's not really well written for someone who'd be fluent in German writing a fucking document like that. I don't know.
I've said before in the past, if I was ever allowed to know the truth of an event, the actual objective truth, everything was stripped away, I would like World War II to be fully fucking explained to me.
Yes.
All the shit that went down there, because there was so much propagandizing on all fucking sides, I don't even think the people who lived through the shit know what's true anymore. Because there's just so much...
Because they're dead. Because it was a long time ago now.
At this point, yeah. But you get what I mean, though. It's like even go back 20, 30 fucking years, people were like, I don't even know what's going on.
Here's the thing: is I've also had family members that were in concentration camps as well, and they were either sent in one of them was, and there was like one branch of my grandpa's family that was almost completely wiped out except for his aunt, and she was put to a work camp while the other ones were sent off. I think to which one was it? It was one of the death camps. The Soviets basically told the Allies, "No, you can't investigate it. It's a death camp. You should trust us."
Yeah, that particular thing, mate. Like, they could even be telling 100% truth. It still seems kind of suspicious.
It still seems kind of suspicious because every single...
Still making you kind of go, something seems a little off here.
Just because when you tell someone's like, hey, can we investigate your... It's like, hey, can we investigate your shit? But, you know,
they kind of yell no at you. You're kind of like...
Don't forget, there's Europeans watching. We can't talk about this because it's illegal now.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
It hasn't gone through yet.
Article 13 has not been passed. We can still fucking meme and be shit posting.
Hitler took the Nietzschean ideals and put them to concept of the Aryan race. Yeah, he kind of did. So there was some Nietzsche in there.
So he tried to give them purpose.
I'll be honest, that was kind of where this all started before it all went absolutely tits up.
I blame Mussolini.
Blaming Mussolini's a good tactic because Mussolini's an idiot.
Remember what Mussolini was?
Mussolini's a moron.
Mussolini was a moron. But...
Ooh, sledgehammer.
But he's not wrong. Because Benito Mussolini once stated, one spaghetti easily breaks, but lots of spaghetti will not break.
Really? Really? This is...
No.
I was gonna say, the fuck, really?
If you believe
Mussolini was a dumbass, but he didn't racially discriminate. He was just a dick. He doesn't need to racially discriminate if he's just a dick.
That's also because he probably got his ass kicked by the fucking Ethiopians.
Yeah, it's like, I can't go saying they're inferior because they kicked my ass.
Ethiopians are inferior to us. This is what happens. Hey, Italians, this is what happens when you use tanks that are fucking riveted in the goddamn 1930s.
Honestly, everything about... Can you let her out, please?
What the fuck?
This
shit, you know,
everything about that entire fucking campaign was a catastrophe.
Fucking tankettes. Everyone's moved up to like light tanks and medium tanks already into like...
You know, good shit.
Good shit already in the 30s. And then here's Italy. We're gonna drive around in our fucking farm equipment, our fucking riveted farm
He
equipment.
finally won in Ethiopia with mustard gas, and that's part of why Hitler hated him forever.
Yeah, that's actually true too.
It's like, dude, you went there. Why did you go there? We don't go there. That's not cool, dude.
It's also because Hitler got mustard gassed, and then he got KSK gassed.
Yeah. Hitler was a lot of things. Being okay with gas was not one of them. Guess who kicked...
Are you sure about that?
Okay. You get roughly what I'm talking about.
Can I just shitpost once?
No, I will murder the shitpost.
Come. So,
Because they snap your fingers.
okay. Do I just let her out and then let her run away?
Yeah, just let her kind of go.
Be free, dog. Go. Don't fuck up that cat.
Go fuck up that cat.
She'll get chewed on by like 1,800 mosquitoes and be like, let me the fuck in.
Yeah, she just want to go outside. Guess who sent them back to Spaghetti Land? America.
Spaghetti.
And some Ethiopians. And I know some Greeks did some shit. And basically the entire, that chunk of the world just decided to kick Italy in the dick.
Including those 5 Frenchmen in that one bunker.
Including the 5 fucking French dudes.
How did that end?
Italy was having a bad war.
How did that little battle end with France that basically turned it, I think it was like was that a French? No, it was an Italian victory, right? Because I think those guys surrendered, but they held off 1,000 dudes.
Whoa, that drops your fucking... Oh, that gives you a shit ton of armor. Your AC goes down. This gives you more AC, but this jacks your fucking resistances up. We whoops their full army in Albania. Yeah. Sabaton has a song about that. And you know when Sabaton has a song about it, somebody was a badass.
When you
And Hitler had to come through the Balkans to conquer Greece. Once again, picking up Italy's slack.
Picking up their noodly slack.
Seriously, for a country that gave birth to Rome, that is pretty sad.
Yeah, there's a difference between the Italians and Rome. The Italians are nothing more than the barbarians that invaded Rome and then settled Rome after.
And that delayed Operation Barbarossa. Yes, it did. Because Barbarossa would have fucked some shit up.
Barbarossa was actually pretty badass. The sad thing is that they named it a failed operation after such a great fucking, tactician, too.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the plan wouldn't have been quite so bad if it hadn't been completely derailed by Mussolini being an incompetent fuck.
No.
It still went... here's the thing.
It's their military. They had fucking meme tanks,
This
meme
is-
guns, meme machine guns, meme helmets, meme everything.
This is the
They would
thing.
have been better going to war with fucking, with pesto cavatappi, walking in with a fucking pot of pesto cavatappi, said, join Italy, we'll give you free fucking pasta. Just treat that shit like an Olive Garden invasion. Problem fucking
I will
solved.
be honest here. I've actually had conversations with fucking neo-Nazis who were like, oh, if Hitler had won, Europe would be so great. And I went, no, if Hitler had won, do you want to know what would have happened to Hitler's Germany? It would have collapsed in about 10 fucking years after he died from health issues. Yeah. Okay, once Hitler goes, the whole house of fucking cards falls.
And that's why they were trying to
Even if it
figure
had lasted
out
that long.
cryogenics and mecha, so they could make a mecha Hitler.
Mecha Hitler. That's the thing I always find interesting, because once you start examining the Nazis, you realized they were not going to survive in the form they were in.
I just don't think they were
past that.
I don't think they really knew what the fuck they wanted to do to begin with. I think they were like,
It's-
we're gonna seize power and fix Germany, and they're like, okay, we did it. No, what the fuck?
Historians
do we
say
do?
that the Soviet offensive was doomed from the start. That's entirely possible. It was just extra doomed because of that fuck
I'm
up.
sorry, but I can't hear over the sound of every Russian offensive is doomed from the start.
Because you're invading Russia,
The
you
only-
dumbass.
The only people.
Fuck, Napoleon couldn't pull that off.
That's because when Napoleon walked in, the fucking Russians were like,
The Russians were crazier than
oh
he
no,
was.
what do we do? And the fucking Tsar goes,
Burn it all to the
burn
ground.
Moscow to the ground, fuck them. And then they fucked off into the taiga. And then Napoleon arrives. The fucking Moscow's in flames, and he's just like, "You fuckers! You robbed me of my trophy."
Yeah, okay, I disagree that without the Americans, Germany would have lost. Because the thing is, this is the thing, this is one of the smartest things Stalin ever said. The war was won with British intelligence, Soviet blood, and American steel. It's perfectly accurate how the fucking war went down.
Considering all the Lend-Lease that we
I was
did.
how much shit we gave everybody.
My thing is though, I would if I ever had I would go back to watching TV for one show only. People finding the merchant marine vessels that carry all the fucking shit from World War II. That would be the coolest shit ever. They finally hey, we found this transport vessel that was sunk by this U-boat. It's full of tanks.
I gotta say this, I fucking love this metal armor. Ghoul hit you for no damage. Hit you for no damage. Hit you for no damage.
Yeah,
I'm like,
except you look like a rejected KISS member, so
hey. Rock and roll all night and party every day.
Detroit, AIDS City.
Dude, when the Soviets ran out of bullets, they just threw Yuri off the barracks. Well, you're not wrong. And nothing. And nope, come here. Get out of the way, dog mate. Nothing. Anything?
Hey,
Nothing.
let's go
Damn
up to this corpse that looks like it doesn't have anything on it. Hey, look, there's nothing on this corpse that has nothing on it.
Hey, maybe the asshole had a knife or something. I don't fucking know. Maybe he had some fucking soda shekels on him. I'm not sure either. You never know about these things.
You never know about these things.
Boop.
What is
Boop.
this?
This is the necropolis.
Is this San Francisco?
Bakersfield, I think.
Bakersfield.
Are they hostile? They are not hostile.
Are they ghouls?
They are. But they're not hostile ghouls, so I will put my shit away. Greetings. being a pirate. So Alan Jones is a Jew. Oh god, never mind, they are hostile. You just have to get really fucking close. Get me my spur. I need my pointed
With
stick.
the power of my voltism, I will conquer these fools.
Spear to the face!
You literally, you totally...
Ghoul is critically hit for 7 points.
Dude, you just totally, did your voltism moment there. I need to go ask these fucking rabid creatures that look like zombies a question. Hey, zombie, can I ask you a question?
Hey, I'm in character.
You're in character? You have low levels of
You know what?
You have a very low level of voltism, so that's probably why you went
Shotgun.
on the ghoul. If you had voltism of 999, you would know that those are ghouls, and that you should try to sell them.
I didn't know if they were feral or not. You were critically hit for... How much fucking damage was that? Or was that the other guy?
Are they biting? Are they trying to eat you?
Ghoul's critically hit. Oh, the ghoul is critically hit. Okay, I was like, what? I don't know what they're trying to fucking do. Pull, bitch! What the fuck, can I not?
Aim at the head. It's the
Can
only
I?
way
Oh,
to
it's
put
not
it
fucking
down.
loaded. There we go.
In the head?
Yeah, it's shotgun. Alan Jones, the Voltistic Jew. He just wants the filter to sell it. You know me so well.
By the power of communism.
Spear. And pointed stick. Okay, that's the thing. I wasn't sure if they were fucking feral or not.
We're gonna call it Necropolis and fill it with fucking ghouls. Isn't there like a D20 modern one where they have to like change the name of the word ghouls and shit? What is that one called?
Oh no, it's Exodus. It's
Exodus.
Fallout with with the serial numbers filed off,
Yeah.
and they're called ghouls.
Ghouls.
Ghuls. It's the original spelling of ghoul, actually. Alan Jones on an epic 40-year journey down the Rad River. I almost feel that if we said this to Alex Jones, he'd probably actually have to laugh about it.
Probably not thought the Jewish parts of the voltism.
Okay, that one he might not actually be okay with. But he is a guy who is generally pretty okay with the jokes. I mean, he has worn a hat on fucking air that said, "Make frogs straight again." He's fully aware of this shit.
We can't say Jews. This is a terrible thing to say. We need to say the Junktown Merchants Guild.
As he and his nose try to make some shekels.
Yeah, welcome to the Vault-Town Merchants Guild. Here we like to give away soda shekels.
Soda shekels. Okay, apparently these guys... This is the thing, you can't make the assumption on the fucking ghouls, because these guys aren't hostile. It's just apparently, it's kind of random as to who's fucking hostile. Oh, nope, he's hostile.
What is he saying?
Don't mess with my stuff. Fuck you, I'm a goddamn thief. For 3 points of damage. Damn it, I need more action points. I really do think that Alex Jones' character... Oh, he is. You can actually watch Alex Jones, like, when he's being serious, he's way calmer and less hyperbolic.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole T-girl thing was clearly
Unless
fake.
he's
Oh,
like-
fuck yeah.
Unless he's like interviewing the shit out of Marco Rubio. That was hilarious. That was not... I don't think that
I
was...
will be honest here.
He looked very pissed.
I think he was legitimately angry there. And the whole thing is, though, okay, I'm not saying Alex was, wonderful and professional about that, but Rubio went, I don't even know who you are. Okay, if you're being serious, I'm disturbed. Alex is kind of the central figure in this whole fucking thing. And if you don't actually know who he
I
is...
don't know anything about your website, which means he probably knows something about his website.
That's what I mean. If he was serious with that statement, I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Is Ian out of fucking ammo or something?
I already heard some pretty terrible shit about Rubio. So.
I've heard that Rubio's a fuck. Not terribly surprised by that.
He's a neocon douche.
He is a fucking neocon. God, there's so many ghouls. It's shotgun time. Fuck. Reload. Alex Jones shouldn't be banned, though. Fuck no, he shouldn't be banned.
No. Wait, we might be banned because we just said his name.
I don't give a fuck. The whole thing is that it should be, I think it technically, honestly, it should be, because he's not actually doing anything illegal. But he's saying all these horrible things.
Oh,
and then
no,
he's being sued about them. Oh, look! Our fucking judicial system in progress.
They'll get tossed out of court because they're dumb. If I was any judge where they're waiting, so we'll look at these cases and go, yeah, it's out. My feelings were hurt. I'm suing you.
I mean, some of them are actual fucking defamation cases, but I'm like, you have to.
What defamation is he committing?
It was the Sandy Hook people. He called a bunch of them liars. He wasn't careful with how he was phrasing it, so it's like, they kind of got you, Alex. They kind of got you.
Drug us into the second Iraq war.
See, I'm not denying that. If we're holding Alex to this standard,
CNN should be brought to the fucking court. Should have been brought to the fucking Supreme Court and went, yeah, you're no longer allowed to do this shit. CNN is now banned in America. Thanks, Supreme Court. You've saved us.
No. The First Amendment is specifically talking about the government banning people. It gets a little weird when we start getting into like a privately owned forum or something. The argument for Twitter not shouldn't being allowed to ban people is the fact that Twitter has now become the public square, as it were.
Yeah.
That's the argument for why Twitter shouldn't be allowed to ban people.
And the other problem is right now you have corporations like Google and a couple other things that are trying to stop platforms.
They're impeding
platforms like alternative platforms to Twitter. So the issue is
they're effectively they are in this case they're not just going against the very concept of free speech. What they are really doing is engaging in monopolistic tendencies
while pushing a socialist agenda.
I'm not even sure if they're fucking honestly, here's the thing, it's like people inside a person do, but I think as a company they're doing it because they're like, oh haha, if we're this then we actually get to be a fucking monopoly, because it'll be essentially planned thing.
But the thing is, most of these people are like, most of your tech corporations are in California, so it would not.
They're in a very tiny fucking influence bubble.
They're in a tiny bubble.
They're in a very small cultural sphere.
Yeah, they're.
And it shows.
It shows. Yeah.
There's nothing in there. I love how the guy attacked me over me looking at an empty shelf.
Imagine if the east coast of Greece was in its own bubble and the west coast of Greece was like in its own little bubble, and everyone in the middle is basically considered by both sides of those coasts to be a bunch of fucking rednecks.
Sorry, a bunch of inbred ignorant hicks.
We're not inbred.
I know we're not. Nor are we ignorant hicks. It's just really fucking annoying when the coasts think that it's because how they there's a fucking hilarious map about how the coasts view the world, America. It's smart people, inbred hicks.
Inbred hicks.
It's like, fuck you? I mean, now granted, if you would see it our way, it's normal people,
unless you're
and then you go to dots where it'd be retard, communists!
Unless you want to broadcast what state we live in, I mean...
I get it. It's the ocean, dude. You see it and it changes you. I don't even fucking know why half of them act that way.
It's the sea salt put in by George Soros to basically lower the IQ of the people on the coast. This is why you're finding a water chip, so that way your vault doesn't get corrupted by George Soros and his demonic salt water. Buy water filters now.
What I find particularly funny here, actually, is that I have noticed that you get the hoity-toity Californians, the fucking, you know the shitlord Californians, who are like, oh, California's so amazing. Instead of people that are like, yeah, California's got problems. You know, the normal people who fucking admit these sorts of things.
Okay, the people that don't live in cognitive dissonance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, if you actually look at, I'm not pointing this out as any sort of fact, it's just something I find funny, is that they did an average IQ testing of all the people across America. Based off of IQ tests is what they was.
Oh, yeah.
They just compiled a map of it. The lowest, I think California was either the lowest or like the third lowest. They're like in the lowest 5. They were stupidly low.
I could explain that for you, but I don't know if you'll get flagged for hate speech.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to risk it. Well, but the whole thing there is that California is really low on that, and then the rest of the country's... And it's a big jump, too. The rest of the country kind of hangs around, like, the 98 to, like, 103
you know what the
area.
funny
And
thing
then
is?
California drops to, like, 90.
What's funny to me is that the Midwest actually contains a lot of the higher IQ people, too.
I think Montana was the highest.
Yes.
Montana was, like, 105.
Montana, Minnesota, and I think Wisconsin as well. Illinois and Michigan.
No. The highest was Maine at 106. Montana was like 105 something.
I think we were 100.
And then the Midwest was like 103.
103.
Like the entire Midwest was like 103. Just on average. They
on
all kind
average,
of, went up a couple .1s, .2s or whatever. It was kind of nuts, actually. I'm not terribly surprised by it, considering...
Are you in a sewer?
I'm in the old sewers. Go, dog meat.
But there's ghouls in the sewers.
I think Ian might be out of bullets. I should give him some bullets.
I'm gonna wear my metal armor and stand in a really gay posture with this.
Slam McThick-Huge.
Slam it thick huge.
Yeah, honestly,
Ian, follow me into this sewer.
Wow. No, I think part of the reason why is if you do notice when you go south, the IQ points drop a bit. Not a ton. It's usually like about a point difference.
I saw the deep fried mayonnaise balls. It just thickens their veins and like stops any blood flow to the brain.
Really? No. The fucking reason is that, and it's actually a seen phenomena across all of like human history, is that when you get to the equator, when you get to places that only have like one season or like 2 seasons, the IQ on average drops.
You don't need that much of a mental faculty to really exist in like a single season weather pattern, because you don't have to worry about the future because you don't have to worry about the seasons.
Yeah, there's way less planning.
So because there's less planning and there's less anxiety, that actually is anxiety is actually
it's good to an extent.
Anxiety is actually one of the characteristics of someone that actually has a high IQ. The problem is that the further south you go and the less seasons that you have, it requires less thinking power to really try to survive, because all you really need to do is basically to hunt and gather food.
Yeah.
It's why more or less why
that
you
is
see
a cattle
it's why you
prod.
see the IQ differentials in Africa the way they are, because they've been a hunter-gatherer society for a very long fucking time. They're still a hunter-gatherer society, believe it or not. And a lot of people don't really equate a lot of the, your kind of love the weird evolutionary features that everyone's kind of had over the years too. I mean, 6,000 years is a long time for modern man to be fucking separated and then evolved and then adapt and evolve to their environments. I mean, the fucking polar bear.
It's why there's skin tone
why do you
differences.
think the polar bear is the polar bear.
It is why there are skin tone differences, because people in the equator tend to have darker skin because you're exposed to the sun more often. So you don't want to get skin cancer. So people with darker skin tones got less skin cancer and therefore died less.
Yeah.
And therefore, there's the last tribe of hunter and gatherers is in Africa right now.
We have a tribe of hunters.
There is a singular
in the United
tribe.
States, though. We do.
Is there?
We have one. They hunt whales.
Oh! I don't think Eskimos truly count as hunter-gatherers
It's not
anymore.
Eskimos. It's actually a tribe out of Washington that actually got their...
Well, they still do that?
Yeah, they still do that. They get protested by PETA, I think. They got protested by PETA, and they were getting death threats from people for hunting a whale. But their treaty that they signed with the United States limited and took all their land away and isolated them in this tiny spot, but the treaty said they were allowed to do whaling. And it was something that they had culturally lost for, I think, a very long time before they actually got back into whaling again.
Greetings, peaceful ghoul.
Greetings, peaceful ghoul. Don't eat my flesh.
No, he was talking, actually.
Really?
Thank you for not shooting first. Can I help you with anything? Yes, I'm looking for water. Surface of Necropolis and the water controlled by Set and his ghouls. We are a more peaceful group, which discussed Set. Did he try out here without water? He does not speak of it. However, Set is afraid of not having enough people to defend Necropolis if ever needed it.
Plus, the hunting and gathering thing in Africa is more prevalent than it is.
There's a tribe of in Eastern Africa that still does it, and they're basically the last studied group about it, and they're perfectly successful. They actually don't do a lot of hunting, and the interesting part of that, their explanation is, well, why would I when I got all these nuts over here?
Right.
That's their entire explanation. Like, well, I will if I want to, but
Of the things I've actually read about a lot of the eastern part of Africa, they actually have stated that there's a lot of like wild trees that are growing with fucking fruit. It's like the Garden of Eden.
yeah, they're like, I don't need to fucking. They go hunting when they feel like it.
Yeah.
That's a thing that the anthropologists really drive home. Hunter and gatherers, like everyone's like, there's this agrarian. Honestly, it's Victorian England again, just making up myths whole cloth. That that fucking island. I know about that island. I'll talk about that in a second. But the whole fucking crazy thing with
we talk about Papua New Guinea and their journey to manhood. That one's fucking great.
God, that's disgusting.
That is.
Just both of them are disgusting. But no, the case of the anthropologists, they learned that there's that myth of being a hunter and gatherer is horrible and it's just awful and awful. No, it's really not. That's another Victorian myth that's just like again all bullshit.
Pearl clutching at its finest.
It's the fucking Victorians and their stupid myths that are just wrong. Yeah. Like, if you get a Victorian textbook...
It's as wrong as Victorian smut.
Exactly.
Erect clitorises in the 1800s. What in the fuck is this shit?
I don't even know. They're being
even
weird.
This is probably why Oscar Wilde turned gay. He probably read all the Victorian smut and he's just like, fuck this, I'd rather have sex with dudes.
But anyway, so what they found out is that being a hunter-gatherer, if you're in an area like Africa or basically if you're going to be a hunter-gatherer, it's generally in a place that's got fairly plentiful stuff. So it's not all that difficult. You're not spending every day all the time doing it. You just go, I'm going to go take like an hour or two. I'm going to go collect some food and whatnot, and then I'll go eat later. Oh, look, I went hunting. Well, now I don't have to go hunting for like 2 fucking weeks because do you realize how much fucking meat's on a deer? And then, Origin went hunting. All right, well, I'm going to go collect some nuts and he's going to go fucking hunt a deer. Him and Bill are going to do that.
Yeah, I don't ever, I don't go to the store for my meat. My fiance does that, but I tell her, like, no, stop doing that. We have meat in the freezer from all the fucking animals I've just done.
And then it's like, Origin and Bill are going to go get a deer. And then they're going to go split it with the little group. And then, then me and Bob are going to go fucking get a deer the week after that because it's our turn.
Well, that's what I used to do.
That's the thing. Hunter-gatherers are communal tribes. Yeah. They're little communal tribes. Like, it's communism. Yeah, only when it comes to food. Like the spear, that's mine. His spear, his.
No. Did I hear that right? It's communism.
No. That's the facetious fucking argument. They go, it's communism, and I'm like, you could call it communism.
Bullshit. It's not communism because in communism there's no food.
It's communalism. It is communalism because the group shares the food. But that's really it.
And in communism, there's no food.
There is no food, exactly.
See,
you can't
that's
share any
the
food
point
that's not
I made
there.
Before, but you didn't listen to me. Communism, there's no food. Communalism, there is food.
Yes.
What we need is communalism.
And the thing is...
Not Karl Marx.
I mean, I made the joke.
Hungry Santa.
I'm not even a joke. I've said it before. Communism works in groups of under 50 people.
You think that a guy like Karl Marx, when he looking like a hungry Santa to begin with, you think that he would have been used as a version of Santa over in the Soviet Union? That'd been fucking hilarious.
That would have been great. Okay,
what are you passing out?
Back to that island.
I'm passing out ration tickets that have expired.
Yeah, but back into that island, just off the coast of India, actually, that has had no contact with the world
ever.
No recorded contact. They've had contact once, 80 years ago for a little bit when some documentary crews were or not 80 years ago, it was 50 years ago now. They had some cameras and shit, and they had their spears and shit out, and they're like, well, fuck that, we ain't landing. They don't talk to people. They're also stupidly fucking hostile. It's weird. It's how the fuck they have not been, someone talked to them or whatever. The thing is...
Gee, I wonder if someone went and talked to them and then they poked them to death with sharp pointy sticks and then ate them.
Well, the thing is, the Indian government is just nope, no one's allowed to go there. Just leave them alone. Let them do their thing. Just let them chill there. They can do their thing. Communism has to do with an economical system. If there ain't currency, there ain't communism. That's a valid point, actually.
If there ain't currency, there ain't food.
I mean, that's the whole thing, is that if you go back to a tribalistic thing, even if they were a little communist, they still weren't, because Origin would have made his spear.
Incest Island over it. That would be an interesting late night show.
I gotta be honest there, yeah, that island's not that big, so it can't be supporting more than maybe 100 people, and that is not a stable genetic fucking foundation.
Which explains why they're all hostile. They're basically...
all that's left is their animalistic side?
All the animalistic tarred instinct
Yeah, I don't even fucking... That's the thing. I'm like, I'm actually...
They have 40 people.
Wow, it's that bad? Fuck. How are they actually, like, functional genetically? With how... I mean, okay, here's the thing.
One of the Islanders has 4 arms because of all the ancestral
I mean,
which
here's...
allows him to wield 2 spears.
Well, here's the interesting thing about humans in general. We are not a terribly genetically diverse group. Like, we share a fuck ton of base genetic codes. Because humanity, all of our current forms, spread out from, like, a group of, like, 10,000 people.
And then you have the Europeans that fuck the Neanderthals.
See, that actually increased the genetic diversity, which helped. But that's the thing. It's why humans have very low rates of mutation, because there's, like, nothing to work with. There's enough to keep us stable, but outside of that, there's basically nothing. It's fucking weird. The joke is humanity's kind of inbred, and it's like, yeah, we are a little bit. We had a pretty fucking small genetic base to work off of way fucking back in the day. So we are kind of on the low end of genetic diversity. It's why, like, when you look at a dog, like, there's so many subspecies of dog, and it's why there's no technical subspecies of humans. It's because we're all so fucking similar. There's people that try to make the arguments you get Europeans and they're that, and then you get the East Asians and they're that. It's like, no, they're not subspecies. They're not genetically diverse enough to even be called that. They're like, it's like taking, what they fucking say? It's like having 2 spaniels and saying this one is more spaniel-y than this one, and they're the same fucking breed of spaniel. It's like, that's how close they are. You get differences in coloration, and you get differences in height averages. But that has more to do with, like, okay, we took 2 family lines of, like, English Spaniels, basically. And then you fast forward, like, 30 generations. Well, they look different. Well, yeah, they look fucking different because they're 2 different families. But it's still a fucking Spaniel. They're both Spaniels. It's very weird. That's fucking humans. There's not a whole lot of genetic drift going on. It's very odd. Because most of ours are environmental adaptations to our genetic coding.
Mostly.
It's basically why our primary differences are skin tone and body size. Those are easily malleable things instead of actual changes, massive changes.
There's also other things that are also different because of the high testosterone rates.
That's another survival thing.
Which is another survival.
If being aggressive was a survival trait, there you go. I'm almost positive that fucking if you were to, like, go back and talk to, like, a medieval European, they would have significantly more fucking testosterone than we do, because they need it.
Homo sapiens actually extinguished Neanderthals because interbreeding and incest, so you are right.
Yeah. Homo sapiens.
And that's why
Homo sapiens in Europe.
Some of the strongest people in the world were literally the descendants of retarded Neanderthals.
Well, but that's the thing. Europeans crossbred with Neanderthals, and there just wasn't a lot of Neanderthals to begin with. So that's why
was like a whole spread of them. Like
they were smaller. From what we can tell, they were smaller numbers than Homo sapiens because they lived in smaller groups, and they just the way they lived favored small groups more than it did larger ones, which is part of why they integrated with Homo sapiens so much.
That's what that is. I found the husk of a mosquito in my nose yet.
Wow, that sucks.
That's disgusting. I'm like,
that is
what
disgusting.
That? Oh, that's a mosquito. Ugh, that was gross. What do you want, dog? No, don't come up here. No! Get out of my face! Stop! It's enough. No. No. No.
Alright, so I need to go fix their water pump, and then I can go take their water chip. Because they have a water chip.
Bullshit. You did not just solve this game.
Well, I didn't. That's only half the game. There's well the OG Europeans. Yes, they were. Though I'm actually not sure where Neanderthals evolved from. I don't know if they evolved in Europe or not.
They evolved in Europe.
Was that actually where they evolved? That actually might be where they found that human skull in the Balkans. It might not be a human skull. It might be a Neanderthal skull.
It may be. I'll keep my mouth shut on that one.
Well, I'm saying it might actually be because we have very similar layouts. And it's the thing. Humans look an awful lot like juvenile Neanderthals. It's part of actually.
For
It was actually part of the
for
theory.
Europeans, yeah, we don't
That's
know
what I mean.
what.
That was actually part
We
of.
don't really know what the modern man in Africa interbred with, and we don't know what the modern man in Asia interbred with as well.
Well, the thing is, we're
Because
not.
Neanderthals also were had also migrated to America. They found out.
I'm not surprised by that.
Which is really, in which they also have documented evidence as well of giants that were in America.
What do they do? Just die off?
No, there was a story it's a very old story from a Native American tribe saying that there was a war with giant people, and they warred for a while because some girl was killed off or something like that. So they all went to war because one of their tribe members killed this girl, and then they all went to war, and eventually the war was won because all the giant people were killed.
Well, yeah, some people have Neanderthal characteristics. Those definitely bred true. Because that's the thing. Neanderthals had more testosterone than Homo sapiens.
Which is another
it was a survival trait for the time because being hyper-aggressive was helpful.
The other thing is that they also had they also had a slow and very
compact body.
Compact body, as well as a very interesting brain.
Dense bones, dense skull. But the thing is people used to think
the brain was actually very slow growing.
It was funny because back in the day they used to think, oh, Neanderthals were dumb because they had to make
they were very fucking
they were trying to make Homo sapiens seem smarter. They're now more looking at Neanderthals as they would have been considered slow and methodical in their thinking process, broadly speaking, whereas humans were the sort of quick, rapid fire thinkers. Which doesn't make them dumb. It just means they would have thought it over a bit more before doing it, which fits the rest of them. Heavily muscled, thick bones.
Are we really talking about fucking genetics?
We are, because it's fucking fascinating.
Why are we not making any more jokes? This is bullshit.
Because we can make Neanderthal jokes while we're at it. Neanderthal jokes. Because it's part of the people. It was funny because someone was trying to figure out.
So really, when you think about because when you think about it, when Europeans call us mutts, we can call them mutts too.
Because everybody's a fucking mutt.
Because everyone's a mutt, but they're more mutt than us because they're nothing more than degenerated Neanderthals.
They're set.
Ha! Got him. I don't know.
I don't. They do what they do. They want to be fucking. Americans are mutts. Yes, we are. It's called being an American. Fuck you.
When you're Chinese Bavarian heritage.
Chinese Bavarian.
Americans are European migrants, though. Are we? We don't even speak
mostly
English.
Anglo-Saxon. I wouldn't actually say we're mostly Anglo-Saxon.
We're not even Anglo-Saxon at all. I think
back in the day, that may have been true, where you'd say like most of them are British and whatnot. Then you got to remember that a lot of them fucking got a lot of Germans in there, and I'm not talking Northern Germans.
We're more like orcs from like Lord of the Rings. They used to be Anglos once, but then they were tortured, they were tortured, mangled, maimed, perfected. For whom do you serve? Israel.
There's a fucking meme.
It's a good meme. I like that.
But no, I mean, that's the thing. It's Anglo-Saxon is a specific sphere in Europe, and we're partially from that. I won't deny that. We are very clearly partially from that.
But Benjamin Franklin would never consider us white.
Well, the thing, you gotta remember, Anglo-Saxon isn't all of Germany. It's a fair chunk of Germany, but it's not all of Germany.
It's only the northern part of Germany.
It is the northern part of Germany. Oh, that's not fucking.
Which doesn't make any sense when they're trying to sit there and talk about Aryan pride, yet you're using like fucking.
As far as I'm concerned, Americans are the healthiest breed because they are mutts. Yeah, that's actually true. Someone was doing a genetic study recently. Tim Pool actually talked about it on his channel.
Healthy. Sorry, I can't hear for the shart and the mart.
Right, there's some gags here, but no. Tim Pool was he had a report that genetic diversity, the greater the genetic diversity of the parents, the healthier the kid on average. And I went, what was it called? It was called it's an old term, hybrid vigor is what they called it. And I'm just like, no shit. Anyone who knows anything about a fucking dog can tell you that.
But the problem is with
one of the whole point is that it makes the kids smarter, makes them healthier. It just generally improves everything because you have a wider genetic base to work off of. So the odds of you getting a pair of bad recessive genes...
I'm scared about having kids because, my issue is that, I have a tendency to be impulsive, but I'm very smart. So...
You're like, please don't pass that off to my kids.
But it's like, I'm hoping the impulsivity doesn't get passed off to my kids. I'm hoping the intelligence, go, no, not impulsive, fuck, don't eat the talcum powder.
Damn it! But yeah, no, that's the whole thing is that, basically the point is that if you have a wide genetic base, you have a healthier kid. And I just went, well, anyone who spent any amount of fucking time around goddamn farm animals can tell you that. They're like, well, purebreds. And I'm like, I don't know why we're so fucking obsessed with purebreds.
Aesthetics?
Have you fucking seen a purebred dog recently?
It's almost...
Most of them look fucked up as hell.
Like a chihuahua?
There's a very short list of purebreds that don't have horrible crippling issues. Spaniels, for the most part. Because they had a very wide genetic base to work off of in the first place. Think of it this way. Labs, a very stable purebred breed, has issues. They have fucked up hips.
And joints.
Your general joint problems. The hips are the big problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually why if you get a crossbreed lab, suddenly that problem goes away. Because they were working off of such a small fucking genetic base to begin with.
So what you're saying is we need to mix the yellow labs with the black labs and then take that breed and then mix that with the chocolate labs, and then all of a sudden
Just
you'll have
the lab.
Just the lab.
I think it's like most mutts like that tend to be way healthier.
Oh yeah.
That's where you don't get the what's called in certain breeds the lethal white, where the dog is mostly white and their eyes are blue, and we think that's adorable. The problem is, if they have that, that usually means they're blind. That's why they call it a lethal white. The dog is got a bunch of bad recessive traits, and what happens then...
Isn't that what blue eyes are, is actually a recessive trait?
Blue eyes are a recessive trait in a lot of dogs. And most dogs, the pale blue eyes mean they're going to be blind. If they're not blind already.
Which is what happens.
Which is really bad.
Which is what happens with human beings, too, because people that actually have blue eyes actually have a lot of problems seeing, too.
But yeah, so it's something I found rather interesting. It's one of the things that...
yeah, that's why that's why the royal family let their married peasants now, because...
Yep.
Have you seen Prince Charles?
There's a reason that the smart ones were doing that a long time ago. They would just occasionally, let fucking... or they'd marry lower rank people and let them go up, because it's like, you need the fucking diversity here. You need the new blood. Otherwise, it's really fucking bad for you. But no, the fucking thing
just like William Wallace's bastard child put into the royal family. I like Mel Gibson's version of Braveheart. Where William Wallace's actual line is what was leading Britain after the death of Longshanks. That's
fucking hilarious.
That's fucking hilarious.
But no, part of the fucking primary issue is here's the interesting about blue eyes on dogs. There's one species I know of that does not have that problem.
Huskies.
Huskies. They can have blue eyes with no issue. It is, however, a disqualifying trait for a purebred. Because they're not supposed to have blue eyes. But they can have blue eyes with no actual issue.
I don't want to.
Then again, the difference is if you look, though, they don't have the lethal white eyes that look like a sky blue. They have a deep blue eye color.
You just said...
No, she was already looking at me before that.
What are you doing, dog?
She's being a cat.
Sky.
Yeah, you snap fingers and whatever.
Okay.
She's fine. She like I said, she acts like a cat more than a dog. She sits at the back of a fucking love seat and she fucking stares out the window.
Now she's just staring at me.
Yeah, she does that.
Your dog's weird.
I've never denied this.
You think we should try running this like a podcast?
Just me and you fucking sitting here talking about random shit.
No, were you already doing that?
Oh, we are doing that. That's why I have a game. I have a game going on in the background so we can talk about random shit while a game's going on. Because it's like, I'd have to read the entire...
Hey, wanna play some Fallout and talk about Lebensraum and...
No, this is what I want out of my fucking streams. I want people in the comments to throw random shit at me and then we have a random conversation while I'm playing something. The video game is up there more of just so you can watch it and then maybe we can make some fun of what's going on.
Your eyeballs do not produce melanin!
Characteristic trait of blue eyes inherited a few genes that just say your eyeballs do not produce melanin. Huh.
Get dunked on, white boy.
Well, I mean, that's
right!
That actually does make sense, because melanin is nothing more than a thing that generates color. That's literally what it's for.
Did you just say melanin generates color?
It's,
You
yeah. It's,
fucking racist.
they were anything, I'm a racist. What the fuck do I care anymore?
I know.
You're racist! Okay.
I'm not racist, I'm just intolerant!
Oh, I found a plasma pistol. Not racist, I'm just an asshole.
Did you say, what did you say you found?
Plasma pistol.
A plasma pistol.
Plasma pistol.
In a fucking sewer.
Bata.
Here, take this plasma pistol.
Have some bullets.
I'm still thinking about doing what was the gun I was talking about? Building that 458 SOCOM pistol. I looked into
What
it.
the fuck? As a medical student, I have seen a surgery of a chick getting their eye melanin removed. Why would you do that? Does that give you blue eyes? Just wear color-changing contacts, you stupid cunt.
I have no mouth and I must scream. What the fuck?
Like, God, no! Oh!
Do you do this with like lasers? Or are you doing this
God,
with
I don't
actual
want
fucking knives?
fucking
Because
knives
that
by
is
my eyeball.
disgusting.
If you have like brown eyes, you can get blue eyes like that. I have brown eyes because they're stupidly fucking common.
I have
But
green.
I would like to, not have pointy objects by my eyeballs. I have an
I actually have
ingrained
green eyes, which
fear of
is
fucking
really weird.
pointy objects by my eyeballs.
It's like predominantly green, but it's just because it has the right tinge of brown. My eyes look brown, so I get. But my fiance's like, but you have hazel eyes. I'm like, I'd say forest green, maybe a little bit
You
darker.
literally suck them. Oh God, it's that shit.
Suck.
No, they put a slight incision on there, and then they just vacuum the shit out. God, no! Oh!
Suck.
Ah.
Suck.
Right under the first layer. Yeah, no, fuck that.
So wait, you were present there the whole time, and you didn't start chanting like Spaceballs
Suck.
shit?
Suck.
Suck. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Well, that happened.
With a hollow needle. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's that fucking... No, I don't know. I don't know why anyone would be okay with that. Just why?
Smack user, maybe, but, you know.
It's like, why would you fucking subject yourself to this? What the fuck? Did I find a secret fucking entrance into this? It doesn't see like a door. There's not a door. Damn it, Ian, get out of the way.
Gotta make a door.
I want blue eyes, so I'm gonna have a dude cut a hole in my fucking eye and suck out a part.
I want...
Like, what kind of fucking retard are you? Just get some color-changing contacts and wear them, you stupid bitch.
Why?
I don't know either.
No, it's not even the fact that it seems incredibly retarded. It just seems like a useless fucking surgery. I don't like the fact that my eyes are actually better for seeing. I want something that makes it look like I have a recessive trait and bad eyesight.
Cornea transplant are 10 times worse. Yes, but a cornea transplant is serving a purpose. You have a fucked up cornea. Here, have a good cornea. This is nothing more than narcissism. You're damaging your body for narcissism.
Hey,
And we're not talking about like getting a boob job where other people can
you're
appreciate
not wrong,
that.
Because there was that one lady that went to her eye doctor and basically said that she wanted to become blind because she was like in some weird. I think it was like one of those weird things where she's like, how would I call it? It's trans disabled. Where she believed that she was supposed to be a blind person, so now she's a blind person because they poured...
Ian, move, you fucking moron!
I agree more with the cornea transplants than I actually do.
Well, a cornea transplant serves a medical purpose. I mean, here's the thing. I don't have an issue with people having cosmetic surgeries. Okay, fine. You want to have a cosmetic surgery? Go ahead. But you are actually... This isn't, oh, you're going to get a boob job, or you're going to get liposuction, or you're going to get something like that. You are damaging your eye.
Oh, yeah.
God. Yeah, there it is. And when you have blue eyes, you legit triple the danger of premature blindness. That is very true. Because naturally occurring blue eyes are darker. So if you have, like, good ones. Like, if you have the good...
If you have the good blue eyes, you know, the Aryan eyes.
Well, there's the two general shades of blue eyes. There's the lighter ones and then the darker ones. The darker ones are fine because it's an actual natural color.
Yes.
The light blue ones are the lack of melanin, which is bad. Because there's nothing to absorb the fucking light. So you get too much light and you go fucking blind.
Yeah.
Ian, I need you to get the fuck out of the way.
Brown eyes are actually better than blue eyes. But we've been through that study back in the 50s, and we learned that brown eye and blue eye people...
The blue eyes white dragon. Yep. But that's a naturally occurring blue eye, so it doesn't care.
Blue eyes Aryan dragon.
That's basically the joke. Ian! Fucking
The blue eyes
move!
white power dragon. He's in our math club too.
You cannot rest in this location. Fuck! Ian! Move!
The blue eyes.
Wander! God damn it! Okay, one moment here. I'm gonna save.
Cool Kids Math Club has a mascot. It is a blue-eyed white dragon.
Okay, need to change formation. Keep a moderate distance. Now he's gonna walk away.
Apparently, there's a meme going around that I've noticed of some people that I've talked to already. A couple people from it's some weird shit that popped up on one of my friends who sent me this stuff.
Ian, move, you fucking
He
idiot!
keeps going to his to the Walmart, and then he takes pictures of all these different items that are price listed at $14.88. I don't know why the fuck he's doing that.
What the fuck? I told him he can leave now, and he hasn't left.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
well, we're gonna load, because I don't want to actually leave. It's becoming a pretty standard procedure now, especially in West Europe. People see blue eyes as exotic.
Well,
But that doesn't make any fucking sense. The most
Yeah,
common place in the world where they are is Western Europe.
No, because it's seen as exotic. It's not really seen as exotic.
Exotic with quotes.
Quotes.
Because they're not really exotics. Like I said,
Yeah,
the
and
highest rate of
what
blue
I
eyes in
don't
the world...
understand are how blue eyes are exotic in Western Europe when they're importing Africans. That is the main thing that they've been finding exotic for a long time.
I don't
First
understand
it's
it.
Africans, now they're back to blue eyes. Fucking consistency, Europe.
I'm fucking confused as shit. Like, it makes no sense to me. Blue eyes are exotic, but you're in the part of the world where blue eyes are a naturally occurring color.
What are the Africans and the North Africans they're bringing
Sorry,
in?
Central Europe has the highest blue eyes. My bad. I knew it was Europe, and it was a naturally occurring color, not a gene deficiency. So it's like, yes, it's people with the deep blue eyes. Mediterranean people have brown eyes. So do Germans. Germans have a high rate of blue eyes. Southern Germans, brown eyes. Once you start going north into the Nordic countries, where you start getting the deeper blue eyes.
Probably because of the sun.
That may have to do with snow glare.
The position of the sun and snow glare.
Because it doesn't seem to be a thing. Like, blue eyes seems to be a northerner thing.
Have blue eyes. Well, then again,
I think they do. Not massively, but I think they might actually have it on higher averages than other native tribes. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's actually looked into that. I do know that Africans with blue eyes are stupidly fucking rare. I think the rarest blue eye color to race combination is like Persian with blue eyes.
Yeah, but that's also because they're
They pretty much it's
the
brown and black
that's
hair
also
and then brown eyes
that
mostly.
spread of the Indo-Europeans because there actually were red-haired people in the Middle East at one point too.
Well, the thing about red hair is that it's a dying trait because it's a recessive trait.
Right.
It's not a negative recessive trait. It's just a recessive trait. So, red-haired people will eventually stop existing. Well, quotes.
Air quotes because
people will have the traits. It's just the odds
they'll
of
stop existing in normal society. Right. Most of them will join Islam because that's actually a giant trend right now with most people that are actually ginger. Wow. Most gingers are actually joining Islam at a rapid
Yeah, black people with blue eyes is almost a statistical impossibility. It happens because
only
you
in
always
America is it possible.
No, you get the occasional one in Africa. It's not common, but it happens.
Occasional, yeah.
It's a very rare color combination.
Ian,
move your fat fucking ass.
Africans. There is only but 5. You can count them on your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look, math club. There you go.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay. Are you gonna move? Why the fuck can't I can't
What's
fucking move.
wrong?
Ian won't move, and he's got me
You're
blocked
right.
into this stupid fucking thing right here. Into this. Yeah, in Africa it probably is a genetic anomaly.
It's like being
Unless they're in a fucking area where it's that was once colonized by Europe, and then they might be related to someone who's got it. But
like Ethiopians, where they look kind of European and Arab and Asian.
gotta remember, Ethiopia was at one point a world superpower.
Yes, it was.
That is something I find funny and extremely annoying at the same time. I find it funny because people are shocked when you say it, and I find it annoying as fuck that people are shocked when you say it. It's like, hey, when we're like the stupid Troy thing on Netflix. It's a terrible series, by the way.
It's because Europeans wanted
it's
spices really bad, so we subjugated the whole world because the British wanted nutmeg
Well, no.
really bad.
That's part of it, but no. Here's about Ethiopia. This is what bugs me, and I can't. I'm waiting for.
The
I'm
eternal-
honestly waiting for. I'm just really waiting. I'm at this point while I'm just talking. I'm waiting for Ian to fucking go on random walk so he can get the fuck out of my way. I might have to figure out what no clip is and just walk through a fucking wall at some point. But anyway, so the thing about what really bothered me about the fucking current Troy show on Netflix. It's also a bad show, by the way. It's not particularly good. The fight scenes are awful. Achilles is black.
Achilles is black.
Instead of grabbing what's the name of the character?
That one Ethiopian warrior.
The Ethiopian warrior who's leading the mercenary Ethiopian contingent, who's as badass as Achilles, without being a demigod. Do you want to know what that says about Homer's opinion of the Ethiopians? That says he thought they were badass. He's like, no, they're great. They're
The
fucking
funny thing
totally
is
awesome
that, like,
people.
the Greeks literally described the sub-Saharan Africans as like, yeah, Apollo rode too close to the Earth down there.
Yeah, that's pretty much their, and it's not entirely inaccurate because they are
Not to
dark.
mention,
They are dark skinned from
The
protection
Greeks
against
are
the sun.
the thing, and then back then, a lot of the Greeks were also very meritocratic as well.
Well, they're meritocratic while still being massively sexist. It was a really weird thing they had going on.
And I don't understand how a culture can be so sexist when they're so obsessed with fucking small boys. So it doesn't make any sense. Women are terrible. I'm gonna go fuck this 12-year-old and then teach him about manhood.
And everyone,
Thanks, Athenians.
what?
Thanks,
Yeah,
Athenians.
but no, Black Achilles is stupid, and it bothers me because, like I said, there was an Ethiopian character in the fucking Iliad, and nobody talks about him. He's totally fucking badass. He's totally awesome, and he's never in a fucking movie.
But Black Achilles is so brave.
And the worst part is I'm willing to bet the actor's fine. I'm willing to bet the actor's a perfectly good
I
actor.
bet you if you went and talked to that actor and he said, hey, how would you like to play one of the most famous Ethiopian warriors in the fucking Iliad? And he would have been like...
Just for one of the most famous Ethiopian warriors in the world?
In the world.
It's the guy from the Iliad. Here you
It's
go.
the guy from the fucking Iliad.
We're gonna write more lines in for him.
alongside Achilles. And then... No, and that would have been great. Because that would have made more fucking sense because that would have been a...
And the funny thing is, they could have a lot of black guys then, because now there's an Ethiopian mercenary contingent
Athenians
that can now actually... They were all levels of fucked up.
My most notice says Athenians were all kinds of fucked up.
They were. It's
Up
something...
the ass, mostly.
Ian, move! You know what? I'm gonna find console commands because he's not moving. So I need to fucking...
Oh no. We're gonna have to go deeper into the game. Your lights just flickered.
Yeah, it's because the power turned on. Do console commands work for Fallout 1, 2, and Tactics?
Console commands to have your power shut off. That would be terrible.
That would. Honestly, I don't want to do this, but I've been standing here for fucking like 15 minutes trying to make him fucking move. There's no console in any of these games.
You can make him move by shooting him.
Thus, non-existent console commands do not work. Fallout 3 and New Vegas commands do not. Originally, you could cheat by editing your save game files. That's not fucking
You're gonna
helpful.
have to load Game Boy.
Ew. That's a fucking ways back. Oh, fuck. That's not even us going to the hub yet. We're not doing that. Give me a second here. I'm gonna figure this out.
We're just talking anyway, so...
I literally just need him to fucking
The
move.
democracy, what...
Well, Fallout 1 and 2, I'd recommend stealing...
Society were slaves.
there any cheats or console commands I can use? There's no console for the original Fallout game. There are exploits. There are save game file editors. Shit.
Yeah, their laws weren't complete shit.
Yeah, they were just this weird...
They were actually well thought. Like, a lot of the stuff that people got, I think people forget sometimes, is that a lot of the
Oh yeah, no, they had...
Even the Hellenistic period, where a lot of the laws that they had were very balanced and kind of fair.
I will be honest, for the time, it's like we think about like how sexist they were, and yeah, they were. But for the time, they did allow women to divorce their husbands.
Yeah.
And I think women could actually own certain amounts of property and
Right.
shit.
But that depended upon which city-state you were also in.
That is part of the problem we all forget. We have an extremely Athenian-centric view of Greek history.
Well, that's because most of your philosophers were
Also,
Athenian.
most of the shit that was recorded survived from Athens.
The only good philosopher was Diogenes, let's all be honest.
It's also why we have such a negative view of Ares. It's why Ares looks like such a fucking punk. Because most of the mythology we get is from Athens. The Spartans are the ones that worshipped Ares.
Yes.
And we've got very little from them.
The Spartans are attacking us again. Why? Because they think you're a bunch of pussies. That's why.
And I think you guys are being assholes. Let's be fair, you probably are being assholes right now. They had a pretty...
Play as the Greek states in Rome Total War. Do you enslave the Athenians or do you exterminate them? Now, done. Drop the fucking hammer. And yet when you play like as the... Even when you play...
He won't move!
Oh no. Gonna have to load.
Okay, one moment here. Yeah, they did. They beat the shit out of the
Spartans
Athenians.
beat the shit out of the Athenians.
Because the Athenians were being fuckwits, and they had to beat the shit out of them.
Also, the Athenians also had a giant wall down to their sea, and they ended up locking themselves in when they were under siege, and they ended up getting like some weird form of scarlet fever that weakened the shit out of the city. Eventually, they just came rolling in. They were just like, oh god, everyone's dead. Mostly from, I think it was like scarlet fever that they got, right? Yeah, you gotta load, dude.
It's like, move.
Quit being stubborn. You have to do it.
I don't know why the fuck he won't move.
Potato eating schnitzel fuck. Please
Fuck.
roll the game.
I really didn't want to fucking do that, but apparently he won't fucking move.
Looks like we get to leave town all over again.
Well, on the upside, it's... Wait, is there a quick exit over here?
That was the Peloponnesian War? The Peloponnese War. Peloponnesian. The Polynesian War in Greece.
Spartans were way weaker than the Athenians. Well, yeah, they made up with it by... I mean, I'll be honest here. The whole Spartan super training has been up to a meme.
It's been memed.
It's been memed. It's been taken to a ridiculous level. But they did have probably the best trained troops in the fucking region until Thebes showed up with their fucking dudes. And that was more of just Thebes being utterly insane.
Thebes is scary.
Well, the way it worked is, and I'm going off of memory on this. The way a hoplite phalanx works is you have your strongest dudes on the right, because everyone's got the overlapping shields. So when you got your strongest guy on the right there, he's the one who's got the exposed arm. He's off by himself. Your strongest guys hang out on the right flank, because you need to protect your that side. What they did, what Thebes did with their band at that point, was ballsy as shit. You usually have your weakest guys on the left. Well, what they did is they put their strongest guys on the left and had them fight the strongest guys that the Spartans had. They matched the fucking sides to each other and started wailing on them, and then they actually won, and they had fucking credit forever on that one. Mostly because it was a ballsy as fuck maneuver, and secondly because, well, they were just fucking impressed. It's like Thebes, the city that was a bit of a joke for a very long time, beat the goddamn Spartans. And didn't just beat the Spartans, their best beat the Spartans' best.
How to be bros for life. All Thebes had to do then, probably. Well, that was the case. How come the Spartans didn't call upon Thebes to go beat the shit out of the Athenians? Or was that before that?
I don't remember what war that was in, but it was fucking crazy shit. Thebes was very strange, and I feel it needs to get more credit in fucking history. It saddens me that it doesn't get as much. Because there was just some really...
They're the crazy quiet ones sitting in the back of the bar during the bar brawl.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking nuts. They're pretty crazy bastards.
Bar brawls are really good ways of explaining war sometimes.
It really is. You're not wrong. You know, this is actually almost a positive.
Germany just knocked out Poland and France, and is trying to beat the shit out of Great Britain and the Soviet Union.
Oh god, yeah, no, the Spartans could never march Mohawk because they were a fucking slave-based society. Even more so than the rest of goddamn Greece. It's like, and they're going, oh my god, it was so bad, and I'm like, it was bad. I'll be honest, the Spartans were pretty fucking shit to their slaves. They were not nice. They were goddamn dill holes.
They would grab random, like, foreigners, and they would force them to drink a copious amount of alcohol just to show their kids what it would be like to be drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Random people that were just traveling through fucking Greece, they would just grab them and do that.
They were fucking weird. But yeah, that's...
Because they considered alcohol to be weak. That was the other thing.
They were fucking weird.
You could say that they were Spartan.
It's actually where the fucking term comes from. But yeah, no, fucking Spartans were weird. And that's the thing, it's like, it's part of the thing that bothers me when people are talking about fucking slavery and they're talking about, like, American slavery. It's like, guys,
we're
this
so
weird...
sorry that 3% of the country owned, like, what? How many at the time? Like, 1 million?
I put it this way, it's not even that. It's the fact that slavery during the Victorian period, and slightly thereafter, slightly before, was an anomaly amongst slavery. Every time anyone talks about it in history, it bugs the shit out of me. It's like being a Roman slave was radically fucking different than being a goddamn slave in the New World. When you were a slave in the New World, you were unpersoned. Romans generally recognized a slave as a person. You were just an inferior person because you were a slave for one reason or another. But they also had... But they also had debt slavery. That's the big difference. You were enslaved because of debt or something.
The Romans were kind of like the Greeks in a way because they respected, like, strength. So if you were a smart slave if you were a very smart slave and you helped your master achieve things, he could easily bring you out of fucking slavery.
Yeah. That was a thing that happened.
Yeah,
not all the time, not very often, but it was a thing that could happen.
Right.
Also, slaves being freed. That could also happen. Like, you've worked it all off. You can be free now. It was just generally better treatment, largely because, you know, it didn't start getting tinged with racism. Also, what bothers me is the way people fucking talk about it's like American slavery was like the worst ever, and I'm going, I need to tell you about Portugal. I need to tell you a little story about a little kingdom called Portugal, which is the crazy psychotic kid sitting in the corner fucking carving shit into his desk. Portugal was fucking nuts.
Portugal is basically that kid that goes, I'm an edgy vampire. I like things that bleed.
That's the thing. It's like, oh my god, America was horrible. Yeah, America was bad. I would say.
Greece were actually Greek. Yep, they were.
I mean, Rome was where that changed.
I think Diogenes was like the only. Like Diogenes actually freed his slave right away.
Yeah, it's like I said. You get to fucking New World slavery and.
I'm sorry, but Diogenes.
Fucking Portugal. Portugal is insane.
I hate to interrupt you, but Diogenes was the only good philosopher
He was hilarious.
That I'll ever like ever.
He's goddamn hilarious, is what he is.
Portugal would be the school shooter of the slavery club. Yeah.
They are. They really fucking were. They were goddamn nuts.
Arabs, because the Arabs would act. The reason why you don't see as many anybody of African descent in the Middle East is because they castrated the majority of the people.
Okay, they were also psychos. They're the different psychos, but they were psychos. It was.
We want you to work for us, but don't breed. They started breeding, cut their balls off. But what do we do with the women? Use them as sex toys.
It's very...
Arabic slave trade.
Yeah. It's... The fucking Atlantic slave trade was fucked up in a very particular way that's not very common throughout the rest of the world. But I just put it this way. Portugal shipped more than America. Not by a little. We're not talking, they won by like 5 or 6. No, they shipped more by several factors. Like, I think it was triple.
They didn't just ship per person. They shipped per capita.
It was like a per capita basis, damn near. It was insane. And I'm like, why does no one ever talk about this? This is a part of history. I mean, like, the haciendas are briefly touched upon, but I'm like, yeah, you think a fucking slave plantation down in Louisiana was bad? And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was fucked up. Like, the fuckers down there are insane. Because the thing is, if you actually look back through the fucking records, slaves were not cheap. Okay? Like, they were going, oh, they whipped them to death. And I'm going, yeah, I'm sure a couple of fucking psychotic assholes who had way more money than sense did do that. Most people who own slaves probably didn't, because you do that, it's like running a...
Actually, the funny thing is that
it's insane.
The people who owned slaves back in that time was only about 3% of the American population. And that was in the South.
Yep.
Okay? In the North, that was actually it was very either rare or didn't fucking exist. Because most people up north were either in the front, because at the time, America was still being, like, treated like frontier. The Midwest was still considered almost frontier at that point.
Yeah, it really was. For the most part.
You know, I mean, I've heard stories already from my grandfather, his grandmother remembered fucking Indians going to, like, trade in going to go trade in a city already.
Yeah, that's...
In the Midwest.
I don't disbelieve this at all.
And, you know, there are old Indian trails that have been turned into actual fucking roads and shit. It's actually really interesting. But, you know, people don't understand that. Like, there's a complete difference between what happened during, how do I put it? Everything that we know about slavery in the South is what you learn in history class. And most of the shit you're learning in history class is kind of, you know...
It's also got to be stupidly condensed, and I understand that,
condensed,
but at the same time, it just starts...
It ends up creating a bunch of dumb, ignorant motherfuckers.
It then just gets more and more wrong as time goes on, or
right,
at least
and it ends up, and then you have
hyperbolized.
And then you have all the moral fagging going on, where everyone's sitting there going, "Oh, slavery and racism and blah blah blah." It's like it's kind of funny is that American history has literally turned into nothing but slavery is bad, Hitler is bad, and that's all you fucking get for, like, history class now.
For like 4 fucking years too. It's repeated in goddamn middle school. They don't tread new ground.
Like, they taught us about, like, the Holocaust in high school for, like, what, 2 fucking years? And it's like, yeah, great. Can I learn something fucking different? You know, like, America? Can I learn something about my fucking country, please? Instead about other shit that happened in other places?
It's like, can we
know how many people...
Can we talk about why we acted this way? Can we talk about some... It's why I actually liked my history class in college. It was really good, actually. He pointed out that, okay, he's like, okay, you're going to hear about fucking people talking about slavery, you know, and they beat slaves to death. And he goes, I can tell you right now, that did not happen particularly often.
No, that's...
Beating slaves badly? Yes. But you want to know who's doing that? The rich dumbasses who had more money than sense. Yeah. Because honestly, he's like, you guys gotta look at it this way. As horrible as that is, you have to look at it from the perspective of...
Oh, America has history to it. It's just not as much. I mean, yeah, you guys are like...
I'll be honest, we pack an awful lot of history into 250 years.
Yeah.
We packed a lot of shit into that time frame. But part of what my history teacher was talking about, he's going, is you gotta, like, kind of put it yourself in their shoes. You cannot put modern-day moral judgments on people of the past. Because it's never gonna hold up. It's never gonna hold up.
Historical revisionism is a fucking cancer right now to modern
society. So what you have to do is you have to judge them by their own standards. And to be fair, a lot of slave owners back then do not fucking meet their own standards of the time's moral standards. But the thing is that you also gotta look at it from, okay, this is a slave. Now you have to kind of deperson this in order to think about this. And that sounds horrible. But it is true.
Cultural juggernauts, but of course you have history, but it's modern history. That's fair.
Yeah. We just divide ours up a little differently because we don't have as...
We don't count the 1500s because that's English history.
Pretty much. Yeah, American history is... It is what it is. But no, the fucking thing is that you get... Oh, they're dead now. Is in that particular...
Stuff is really controversial and subjective. Except subjectivity is bullshit sometimes because
There's historical objectivity, and then there's like the moralistic side of things, which gets a little more subjective.
The one thing I hate about subjectivity is that there are people that will always try to apply it to almost fucking everything. It's like going up to the U.S. Constitution that's basically that's written almost as absolutist law, and then say it has to be interpreted. It's not a fucking Bible. It's the law. Logic.
I mean, you gotta translate it a bit because if it's
we
using
need
old
to
text,
interpret this phrase. What the shall not be infringed mean?
That's why you only focus on slavery, because historians are subjective. No, the problem is they're obsessing over it. It's like they forget that we fought a war to stop this shit.
A good historian is objective and tries to get all of the facts from everything. He's kind of like a prophet in reverse, or like a journalist that actually exists in journalism.
I'll put it this way: you're trying to override the historical bias of the winner writes history.
Yeah.
A good historian tries to override that.
Right.
Now you can't always succeed.
I mean, it's the same thing that for me, like why I'm kind of interested more in It's the same reason why I'm interested in World War II as well, because what people don't understand is that you don't really know a lot of perspectives.
That's a massive case if the winner writes the story.
The winner writes the stories, literally World War II in general, but when you actually read a lot of the first-hand accounts of a lot of the Sudeten Germans, of why they did the thing, like the people that got separated from Germany and from this, that basically got formed into Czechoslovakia.
Well, part of the thing you got to remember here is that
that part, when I read the first-hand accounts of the Sudeten Germans in Czechoslovakia, and when Germany came in and annexed them, it was. It's very interesting to them because a lot of those people were fucking disenfranchised after World War I, and them getting annexed by Germany. A lot of the Sudeten Germans were fucking happy that they were back in.
Yeah, part of the thing that you got to remember about.
But there's also a lot of other factors.
And this actually ties into what I was going to say here. That's the thing about history.
Right.
What happens is with propaganda, and Styx Hexenhammer points this out all the time. You got to make your enemy one-dimensional. And that's what we did to the Nazis. We turned them into one-dimensional, mustache-twirling racists. That is not what the Nazis were. That was a part of the Nazis.
Yep.
Then you got the more moderate Nazis, who were literally what the name says. They were National Socialists. They weren't even full-blown fascists. They were just like, we don't have an option.
I don't think Hitler was a full-blown fascist. I think he was actually a full-blown National Socialist.
Entirely possible.
Part of the thing you gotta remember here is that... The funny thing is that he actually... Because if you ever read anything about Jesse Owens' autobiography and memoirs, he said that when he was in the Olympics in Nazi Germany, I think during was it 34 or something like that? Was it 34? So Jesse Owens is over there. He's competing his ass off and he's winning all these gold medals. And you know what the funny thing is? The Nazis that were there had a lot of respect for him.
Well, that's the thing.
He actually even said in his memoir that he was actually treated better in Nazi Germany than he was actually treated in America.
That's part of the thing, actually. And part of where the whole racism thing starts falling off.
There were a lot of Africans. I think it was.
There were Algerian SS.
There was Algerian and Algerians are North African. The guys you're thinking of, they were from the German colony down on the eastern part of Africa. So they are actually transported to fight in North Africa alongside the Italians.
But yeah, that's part of the thing about not the Nazis. You have to remember, they did not win a majority.
No.
Ever. At any point in their fucking history, they never won a majority. They wound up having to make coalition governments with other people.
Like libertarians.
Like you normally fucking do.
Like the libertarians and the minarchists. But no one likes the minarchists because the minarchists want less government.
Yeah.
We need to make a coalition with these governmental parties so we can have less government. Yeah.
Yeah, the word socialist was added for advertising purposes. Mostly, because it was socialist versus communist.
Which was a fucking stupid idea because...
The entire fucking thing
it's a smart idea.
It kind of made sense because they were pulling communists, people who would have went communist, to the nationalist side. Yeah. They were nationalists and they needed more people, so that's why they added the socialist.
You know what they
moniker.
really needed? They needed Willie to come back. They needed Willie to come out of the woodwork.
Oh, no, yeah. No. The SS were the crazy racist Nazis.
No, they weren't crazy and racist. They were devoted to the cause.
Crazy and racist, like I said.
Like the black shirts in Italy. But they weren't racist. They were Italian.
They were just crazy. But no, that's actually...
the caricature of the SS, like the actual caricature, is broadly correct.
Is broadly
The SS were fucking insane.
Even though they had actually, what was it, Muslims in the SS, they also had Asians, they also had Asiatic...
The SS was... Well, the thing is, the way the SS did it...
I think they actually had Tartars, actually. Like Cossacks, or was it...
From
Cossacks
the way I could see the SS...
Cossacks, they had Cossacks
They
in
did.
the SS.
The way I... some of the stuff
weird.
some of the shit I've read about the SS, how they worked that in, because they were the kind of the ones that went with the kind of Ubermensch thing going on. They were the Ubermenschers for the most part.
It's easy to propagandize that shit.
It is. It's easy to take all context and all nuance out of it.
Yeah.
They didn't have a ton of nuance, but generally speaking, the way the SS broadly explained it to themselves as to why they would allow non-Aryans, i.e. the preferred human, in, is because they were the Ubermensch for their race.
Yes.
That's kind of how they explained it to themselves.
Which is why which we actually analyze the Nazi Party and the concept of the honorary Aryan titles.
That's how they did it.
They actually handed out honorary Aryan titles to the Africans that fought for them in North Africa.
They also did it to the Japanese.
And they did that for the Japanese because they believed that the Japanese were the ones on top of their race. And if it was, and they actually are, as far as I'm concerned, Japan is still on top. I think the nuclear radiation made them better, but anime was a mistake, so they get taken down a peg. So now they're below where they're at. South Korea, no, North Korea is best Korea. Then it's South Korea, then it's Japan, then it's China.
Senpai, I agree the SS were nuts and most of the foot soldiers were from Hitler Youths. They were brainwashed. You are not incorrect, good sir. That's pretty much how that went.
Yeah.
The SS were absolutely goddamn bonkers. And Hitler's doctor was a Jew and got an honorary title. Hey, that's the whole thing.
And then you have all the half-Jew fucking,
the reason,
half-Jew troops and shit. The half-Jew troops in Hitler's army were fucking...
I had a great... this is something I actually really respect Brett Weinstein for, because he talks about Hitler historically, and he's
Weinstein?
He actually says it's pronounced Weinstein, not Steen.
Okay, first of all, it's not Weinstein, it's Weinstein.
He's from America now. He changed the pronunciation.
He doesn't say Schneider. He probably says Schneider.
Probably. But anyway,
Rob Schneider.
So what he was talking about is he was saying that you gotta actually look back at what Hitler was doing and whatnot, so you can understand why. He's like, they didn't just do this because they're assholes.
They did it because of the syphilis and the heroin.
He said there's reasons for why they did it, and he goes just because. Yep, exactly. And then
we found him. Brett Weinstein, the Nuka-Cola Jew.
But no, the whole thing there is what he was saying is that, it's like you have to look at it and figure out why this happens so you can stop it from ever happening again. And I'm like, that makes sense. And then you find out and you gotta ask the question, why did Hitler go after the Jews? And it's a disturbing question. Because now you gotta put yourself in the place.
You gotta put yourself in the objective lenses that you actually need to put yourself in.
You have to put yourself
because there's a lot of different factors that basically had him lumping every single Jew into a concentration camp. Because here's the fucked up part about it.
One part of it, a big part is that he didn't see them as German. No. He saw them as a separate state. And to be fair to him,
he's not wrong.
He wasn't entirely wrong.
No, because
they really acted
because
like
there were Zionist organizations that were all working together towards the goal of actually
making
a Jewish state already back in the 1890s. And even Wagner was like, we're never going to consider you German, even if you converted to Christianity, because you're still inherently Jewish because of the things that you're doing with the Jews. And Wagner was like that too. Now, and a lot of people give Wagner a lot of shit because he was an anti-Semite, and it's like, no.
He was an anti-Zionist.
He was anti-Zionist.
That was Hitler's mistake. That was Hitler's mistake.
He
didn't make the division between Zionists and Jews. That was his fuck up.
Not the ethnic concept, the fucking religious concept. The ethnic concept was more of more of a thing that's kind of spawned up now with more of the Ashkenazi.
Yeah.
Which is even funnier.
I think it's because we can actually identify them as a
which is
as
even
an actual
funnier as shit
stable
because
ethnic group.
which is funny as shit because with the Ashkenazi, they actually had their own thing like a Khazar I think it was like a Khazar Empire or some shit like that. and then they got conquered by the Russians.
Oh.
So then, and they all ended up going and settling in the Ashkenazi Jews. There's a high population of Ashkenazi Jews currently in the Ukraine. Here's the best part. This current symbol for the Ukraine, guess what it is?
What?
It's an old Khazar Empire symbol on the Ukrainian flag. And they're actually, I think it's like 62% of their government is actually Jewish.
Huh.
Which is interesting.
That's fucking crazy.
But the majority of their country is like Ukrainian.
But no, that's
but
part of the
back to
whole...
what we were talking
But
about.
no, that's the whole fucking thing. You start taking out all the fucking... And I get you have to slim it down to make it actually fucking usable as a goddamn history text, but you start taking out all of these fucking...
All these factors...
You take out all the nuance, and this is where you get the mustache twirling
Here's the fucked up part, because...
Remember, the Nazis
if you want
were
people to understand fucking, like, World War II in general, you need them to just read... you need to have them read stuff by Lenin, by Hitler, by Mussolini, and by Marx. And you will understand why World War II fucking happened.
You gotta understand why they got into the situation they were in. That's what it turns into. It's
Ukraine is a fake country. Okay, here's if
wrong,
Ukraine is a
it is
fake
artificially
country,
created.
If Ukraine is a fake,
Artificially,
if Ukraine is a fake country, then and they're brewing into civil war, then why hasn't Belgium gone into civil war?
That's another point. I think part of it is that Belgium...
That right there.
I think Belgium was a little more...
Jogging.
I think Belgium was a little more
almonds.
stable, culturally speaking. Because it kind of been there and kind
Most
of...
Ukrainians are Russians? Yeah, that's very true.
They are from the Russian bloc.
Not even that. They were part of the Imperial Russian Empire. I mean, Kiev was the original fucking capital.
Well, you gotta remember,
The original Russian Empire was significantly fucking smaller than Russia.
Yes.
It was Kiev, it was the Rus... It was the Tartars,
Tartars, the Cossacks,
and then the Cossacks. It starts getting crowded around the Black Sea.
But we don't really count Crimea with that, because Crimea was known as the Crimean Khanate at the time, and that was actually the leftover and remnants of the Mongol horde that had actually invaded that part of the...
A fair chunk, yeah. Those Khanates hung around for a while.
And I think that a lot of there was actually quite a few Khanates after a while. That's actually where the Cossacks and the Tartars actually more or less evolved from, I think. But I think they were actually like the steppe people that more or less were conquered by and subjugated by them. I don't know.
Ish.
Okay.
I'm
just trying to remember what that is, because
that entire era. I will be honest. Russian history is fascinating. It's also confusing as fuck. Ukraine stand behind.
There's a lot of information that has been lost.
Well, largely because
the
Khanates happened.
The Soviet Union happened.
The Soviet Union fucked so much shit up.
Everyone's gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, the book burnings by the Nazis." I'm like, you want to talk about that? You should see the destruction of the fucking Russian culture by the Soviet Union.
I don't want to like participate in whataboutism, but you're just doing whataboutism. The reason I point out the communists is because we've been pointing out the Nazis for fucking 60 years, and I think we should point out the communists a bit. But then everyone freaks out about it's the Reds under the bed shit. So I'm not scared of communists are on every corner. I just want historians to be fucking accurate about this. Okay, we decry the Nazis for being assholes. Great. Can we please decry Stalin for being an equally massive asshole?
The problem is that we have been we were psyops by the Soviet Union in America, by a Russian psyops program that happened back in the 1950s.
Thank you, critical theory. An excellent idea on paper.
And they actually infiltrated our universities with different Marxist theories that they had developed already back in the Frankfurt School back in the 30s, which I think the Frankfurt School actually fled Germany because of the rise of the Nazis, correct?
Something like that. What fucking bothers me is the fact that...
back in the 1890s. I
mean, here's the thing. Critical theory is not even a terrible idea. The idea basis is question everything. Great!
Except the problem with critical theory is that...
The problem is there's no answer.
There's no answer, and it leads to subjectivity, which can also lead to people taking subjectivity way too fucking far out of line, and then actually ruining fucking everything because they basically take critical theory and then use it combined with the concept of subjectivity.
Here's the thing, Senpai. You get it. Europeans, especially Eastern Europeans, get the whole communist thing. It's in America that it's just kind of not talked about. Like, they forget gulags were fucking horrible or something.
But if
like,
you're,
I
if you
mean,
live in Britain, they were places of tolerance and experimentation.
I mean, I guess I'm not even being entirely fair there either. We do say, yeah, it was horrible and shitty. It's just that we don't belabor it as much as we fucking keep going on about the goddamn Nazis.
It's because
It's like the Nazis were bad. We understand. You know what? The reason it sounds like whataboutism is because people go, hey, you know Stalin was pretty shit too. And they're like, well, that's just whataboutism. No, it's not just whataboutism.
Back to
We're
the original thing
fucking
we're
trying
about,
to
though,
point
with
something
the,
out.
With the thing why Hitler did what he did. If you actually read Mein Kampf, Hitler doesn't sit there and go, ew, the Jews caused everything. He literally blamed the Jews for communism. And who actually wrote and developed communism?
There were a bunch of Zionists involved.
There were a bunch of Zionists involved.
And he took
and
that
and there was a bunch of Jews that were in the Frankfurt School was kind of run majorly by Jews. So then he's going to look at that and go...
And he went, oh my
Jews
God.
invented communism. Oh my God, they're trying to take over Germany, so that way the Zionists can take over us.
He basically put the cart before the horse.
And then he went and looked at Russia and went,
My God.
my fucking God. We're going to be enveloped by communism. Which he wasn't wrong, because now we are teetering on the border of fucking communism again.
The issue, the problem with his thought process, and there are many problems with his thought processes, is the fact that he put the fact that, oh my God, they're Zionists and then they're communists.
And
Therefore, all Zionists must be communists instead of, no, if you're a Zionist, you're predisposed towards communism.
And then they were actually, and the thing is that because...
He put the cart before the horse instead of the Zionists going, this whole Marxism thing sounds awesome.
Because he actually was a Marxist. He actually was he a communist too? At one point? I don't remember.
My parents left the Soviet Union when it got teleported behind by Gorbachev. That was a weird fucking time period.
That's because Gorbachev literally went to the I think he went, no, who was that came to the United States, literally saw how well we were doing, and he's like, fuck.
What's the thing?
Was that Gorbachev?
I think it was Gorbachev. Your parents had no problem with the regime. I think by that point, though, Gorbachev was pretty chill as far as the Soviet leadership went. Then again, the Soviet leadership had been steadily chilling out as time had gone on.
The thing is,
Stalin was just a cock nugget.
The thing is, though, is what people have to understand is that you also had a lot of, okay, so back to the thing about the Zionist thing and why Hitler blamed the Jews for communism.
Okay,
so
I can't see
here's
shit.
the other part about you don't have to understand. At the time, 80 to 85% of the Soviet Union government was Jewish.
At that initial moment,
when he saw the Frankfurt School and all this pushing of communism and all these communist brigades across Europe, he literally looked at the communist brigades going around doing what they were doing. He looked at the Soviet Union and he immediately went.
He just kind of screamed. He did the mimetic Jews scream.
Jews.
That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. So he does that, and then he goes, they're the cause of everything. We better round them all up. He wasn't actually killing them initially. He actually was.
That was a slow ride down the hell train.
To Madagascar, because that was actually one of the colonies I think Germany had at one point.
Wow.
And he says, we're going to deport all the Jews to Madagascar. And then the fucking Zionists were like, no, don't do that. That's a dick move. We want our own state. We want the Jewish state. And it's like, we want to return to where our ancestors were in Palestine. And Britain, who also had a lot of Zionists in their government at the time at the end of World War I, had made a deal, I think, with the Arabs to form Palestine, which was a British colony.
Yep.
So
that's why they got it in the first place.
And the Zionists within their government, I think, were working along the lines with the Zionists in the German government, which, as soon as they got Palestine, it was kind of, the war was kind of teetering towards the end there.
Let's just put it this way.
Yeah, Hitler
section of history
basically ends up losing his purpose as a person after the end of the war because he's no longer a soldier. And at the end of the war, what's he ends up doing? He ends up getting into the government, ends up finding out all this shit, and then he ends up blaming the Jews for everything because he starts painting with a really broad brush. Because of what the Zionists were doing at the Treaty of Versailles. Because what the Zionists were present at the Treaty of Versailles, they were present during the acquisition of Palestine. They were present, and they were also present when they told Hitler to just start, deporting the Jews to Palestine. And the fucking German government actually minted a coin minted a coin that actually has a a swastika and a Star of David on it to commemorate that. And I think that was when the war, and then all of a sudden, I think in 1939, then the war broke out, and then they were like, well, where are we, and then that's when everyone was basically put in concentration camps. And I think people were in concentration camps are kind of already, but they didn't really know what to do with that. So again, then the war broke out, and then everything went to shit because I'm thinking, what did Netanyahu recently said that the leader of Palestine at the time convinced Hitler to just kill the Jews off?
Wow.
Yeah, Netanyahu.
I wouldn't even be surprised if that's what
said
happened.
that.
Wouldn't even be surprised if that was
I wouldn't
true.
be surprised by that either, and it's very interesting because I've actually listened to a lecture from an Israeli university where the guy was giving a lecture. Basically, he had actually passed around Mein Kampf and was actually stating that Hitler was not wrong in his assertion that the Jews created communism because there were Jews that did create created fucking communism thanks to Karl Marx and the Frankfurt School.
The whole point you're getting at is that it terrifies people to think like that, and I'm like, guys.
And if you guys want
but
to, and
if it's the
really
truth,
and if people really want to think about like how terrible Hitler was because he killed Jews and stuff, what's actually really fucking hilarious is that after World War II, Stalin purged a majority of the Jews out of his government.
It's not like Hitler's alone in this.
He purged the fuck out of them, and a lot of the commissars within the Soviet Union were actually Jewish as well, and a lot of them ended up getting sent to gulags.
I mean, that's the whole thing.
He purged the shit out of them. Stalin probably killed an unprecedented amount more Jews than fucking Hitler ever did.
Okay, Stalin killed way more
He killed more Jews and Cossacks and Tartars than any other group of people ever. You want to talk about genocide and homicidal maniacs? Stalin was the fucking top scorer on that board.
Utter and complete goddamn whack job.
Oh. And it's not that he was a whack job, it's that he was, how'd I put it? You had
a murderous whack job?
You had two people that were basically very smart, and Stalin was basically a gangster who had a lot of ties to the underground and was very useful for Trotsky and Lenin. So,
he just happened to be smart enough to kill the both of them?
Yeah, why are we talking about the Holocaust?
Yeah, it's because honestly, do you want to know partially why?
Why?
Part of it has to do with the fact that nobody else fucking talked about it. Because you want to know what? I've been on a Discord server where having this conversation got you labeled a fucking Holocaust denier. Nobody in here is labeling this.
Yeah, I'm not even.
No one's denying that it happened. We're just saying.
I'm not denying it happened either. I have relatives that are fucking dead.
It's like, can we please just explore the reasons as to why this happened instead of herp derp Nazis are evil? Because I hate that. It bugs the fuck out of me. Herp derp Nazis are evil. No, they're not. They're people.
They're people.
Why did these people make this decision? That is the great question I want to know. Why do some people make the decision to wipe out other groups of people?
Why did Rome invade Gaul and enslave them?
Why did the communists slaughter everybody else? Why did the Turks slaughter all the Armenians? Why did the fucking Chinese slaughter so many people?
I can explain the Armenian genocide very easily. Kerosene.
Committed genocide over kerosene?
Yes.
Huh. I think that you're talking about the Holocaust. Oh, God!
Yeah.
He's got the tinfoil hat on! Oh, God! Wait, I gotta get my tinfoil hat on here.
Fuck that, I don't have a hat. I got a helmet. Give me a break.
We got our tinfoil helmets.
Because here's the thing about what you gotta understand is that the symbolic sacrifice of the 6 million, here's the thing. When the Zionists knew that their people were in concentration camps, and then when the war ended, the 80 to 85% Jewish run Soviet Union was actually found the majority of the death camps. Yet the Allies found this is just something I'm objectively going to say. This isn't like a Holocaust denial thing because I actually have relatives that are dead.
We need to clarify this.
Okay, I'm also part Jewish. You know, and I have dead fucking relatives from that part of my family as well. So, what's really fucking weird to me still is that the one thing I don't think we're probably never gonna find out whatever the fuck happened, but is that the death camps were found by the Soviet Union. The concentration camps were found by the Allies. And anybody who said that the concentration camps that they had found out to be work camps or concentration camps and not death camps, anybody who stated that they were death camps would be found guilty under would it be perjury? Yes, because they're
Probably
lying.
perjure. Yeah, lying.
They'd be perjured. Correct? Yes.
Yep.
So.
They'd be perjuring themselves.
They'd be perjuring themselves, and that's actually something that would land them in, like, some jail time. And then when the Allies actually went to the Soviet Union and said, hey, we heard you found death camps, and you're claiming these are death camps, can we come investigate them? The Soviet Union, which was still predominantly run by Jewish people, they basically stated, no, you can't investigate them, they're death camps, please take us at our word. And then the Allies did. Because we had just won a war with the Soviet Union, we're not going to sit there and,
and we can't go fucking sit there.
We're not going to go sit there and go fucking, banter back and forth.
That's actually partially why we didn't shit on the communists more, is because we had to point out that, no, we did pick the less douchey option.
Yeah. That's the thing. And now we can take our tinfoil helmets off.
Yeah, now we can take them off.
Okay.
But that's just the objective thing that I'm seeing, because that's the fact. The Soviets found the death camps, and the Allies found the
I've mentioned that to people, and they look at me like I've been saying, I'm like, would you honestly be shocked if we found out the communists had lied? Be like finding out America lied about something. I wouldn't be fucking shocked. No, it's like, it's a thing. It was a political game.
Every country puts out propaganda and lies about everything to push it and move a cause to basically do what they need to do to get their agendas across so they can accomplish a fucking goal.
I'll just put it this way. We're never going to know the truth because, and I've said this is without even propaganda. This is like an actual fact. We don't have enough info. Because the Germans burned half of it, and the half that wasn't burned, half of that got destroyed by the fucking communists.
Yeah.
There's a disturbing lack of fucking intel left from that time period.
And whatever intel that's left, it's either completely buried or sealed away.
Or just fucked in very
or
general...
Or it's been completely distorted by the black propaganda department of England at the time, because if you want to know why Germany's the way it is right now, you can thank Britain for that, and the black propagandist department of Britain to convince the Germans to be guilty for everything that fucking happened, which is why the Merkel generation of where Merkel's at is the way it is, where they hate being German.
Yeah, I find that it's so weird.
If anything Hitler did wrong,
he made nationalism fucking toxic.
He made nationalism toxic. Besides the genocide, he made nationalism fucking toxic. And what's really annoying is that we now have this concept of nationalism being equated to being racist and xenophobic.
And right-wing.
And right-wing and terrible.
I don't understand why I keep hearing that's right-wing. I'm like, it's not. Nationalism is not...
They don't hate being German.
What bothers me is that they have this fucking weird thing. This is a nationalism.
Yeah,
I'm going to go on a slight
I
nationalistic.
agree with that. They don't hate being German. Maybe I phrased that wrong. I kind of phrased
Yeah, they kind of do.
Well, yeah.
It's sort of, but they sort of lump the whole German thing in with the white guilt thing, and it's true. Fucking weird. But no, part of what bugs me is that I keep hearing people like, "Oh my God, you're so nationalistic. You're clearly right wing," and I'm like, being nationalistic has nothing to do with economic policy.
I'm
what the
actually
fuck?
a constitutionalist and a fucking nationalist, which is more hilarious because when I describe that to somebody like, "Oh, you're right. Oh, you're right wing." So I'm like, so you're saying that
that's an economic policy.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
No, you're a
left, right,
nationalist. I'm like, yeah,
left, right is broadly speaking, purely economic policies.
Right wing.
Up, down is more moralistic policies.
I'm more.
That's the authoritarian versus libertarian
slant. Because when you actually have to put me somewhere, I'm more authoritarian, right? But
I wouldn't even say you're that. Well, I mean, because we're going authoritarian,
libertarian. Right?
There, I was gonna say authoritarian is just more centralized rules.
Let's flip those arrows upside down. Looks like you are.
I have jokingly
Nuke Master.
I have jokingly referred to myself as a conservative liberal. The reason I have the joking name is because
we must preserve our anime waifus.
Part of the joke, yes, but part of the big the joke I make about that is the fact that I'm fine with change. Change is great. There's nothing wrong with change. Change for the sake of fucking change is stupid.
Voting for a trans disabled lesbian Muslim
Just because they are a
because
trans-disabled Muslim, lesbian Muslim, is retarded.
is retarded.
Now, I'll put it this way. If the trans-disabled...
But we will
now,
make history if we elect her. Yeah, but you also... But if
But
she
if the
has,
tr- but if
what
the
if she
trans
has a
is-
shit economic policy, and suddenly now your entire state has no money because you decided to make a vote that would change fucking history. Congratulations.
I put it this way.
Your state
If the
is now
trans...
fucked. You're
If the
stupid.
trans-disabled lesbian Muslim has good policies, I will vote for
Why are
them.
we talking
I
about-
am an issue voter.
Why is the trans disabled like lesbian Muslim a thing? Are we talking about Battlefield 5?
I love how they got so fucking pissed about it. They're like, no, we can talk about video games. We can actually get someone back on topic here. But no, the fucking thing about Battlefield 5, people are pissed
Let's
about,
talk
oh
about
my god, it's a woman. No, it's because she has a cyborg arm.
It's because she has a cyborg arm and it's a woman on frontline combat.
It's like,
Even because here's the thing is that
it's not a thing back then.
It's not a thing for the British, the Americans, or the Germans, or the Italians, or anybody else, except for the Russians.
And that was sniper teams mostly.
And that was sniper teams mostly.
And the Night Witches.
And Night Witches, as well as certain I think there was some infantry partisans that they were. But I think it was partisans.
That's a more militia-y thing.
Militia-y kind of thing.
I mean, here's the thing. If we, let's say we go back to the Revolutionary War.
A British woman in frontline combat. Oh my god.
Yep, women. Soviet had women sniper teams.
Yep.
Like, I'll be honest here. There's a certain amount of of historical leeway I'll give you. Like, let's say we.
Oh my god! Oh, I didn't even read that. But if you vote that trans, lesbian, Muslim, retarded women still nothing gonna change.
I'm not denying that, but I mean,
Politics is politics.
Yep. Like,
She's just gonna sit there and absorb all the fucking money and get fat.
Like, I put it this way.
Just
I
like
am fine.
Just like Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn.
I'm fine
the
with
more
it.
money they get, the fatter they get.
I'm fine with a perfect. It doesn't need to be historically perfect, but it's like, oh hey, like I need like historical deniability here. Like, okay, we're gonna go to the Revolutionary War. Well, there's a woman in this game. Okay, is she at least pretending to be a dude so the guys around her have plausible deniability? No, then we have a problem. Now, if she's
Is she delivering me pictures of water?
I mean, honestly, I don't have a problem. Like, we're gonna have like a
Only
woman.
picture?
Here, we're
Anyone?
gonna go into a historical time period. We're gonna have a woman be in the front line combat situation. Okay, she better be disguised as a boy.
Our country's on autopilot. I think most of our people are on autopilot. I think that's mostly because of all the fucking medication they pump into us.
I honestly, I don't even think you're technically wrong there.
No, you're not
America's
wrong. I agree with
America
that.
can kind of coast.
We can go.
We have to fuck up pretty hard.
Our markets are pretty well diversified, and
We're reasonably
and
self-sufficient.
our politicians in the political level that we currently have are just stupid enough to not really completely fuck up our country.
It's in the chemtrails.
It's in the chemtrails. It's in the fluoride and the chlorine they put into our water. Actually, you want to know something really fucked up about fluoride in your water?
God,
They don't need to put it in there.
You're not supposed to fucking swallow fluoride. I don't know why it's in there. They use fluoride to clean your
teeth
teeth.
stronger, and it makes you die faster. Okay?
That's the thing. They give you the fluoride treatment for your teeth, and you spit it out. You don't fucking ingest
And
it.
then they're like, why are people dying of cancer and Alzheimer's? Maybe it's because the fluoride in the fucking water is actually a leading link to fucking Alzheimer's. They actually have proven that copious amounts of fluoride can lead to fucking Alzheimer's.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh no, when what, they're putting chlorine into water? Hey, let's pump carcinogens into our water system and basically wonder why everyone's getting cancer.
Yeah,
Oh
I
no!
know.
Fucking idiots.
It's very stupid.
Like, I'm actually talking to my water guy who actually got my water filter, who actually got my system in. He basically said, we will install a water filter system, but it might cost an extra $200 to do it. And I said, what is it? Reverse osmosis. And I'm just like, so instead of paying the $300, I'd be paying almost $500 to put this in. He's like, yep. And I said, I'll think about it.
This is why I like having well water. I just have water.
Until it gets infected with, like, cow poop, but,
See, I'm not going to have that problem where I am.
Yeah, you just drink out of that river. That sweet, delicious PCB river.
No, mine's coming actually out of a well behind my shed.
Late stage capitalism, boys.
Well, honestly, that's the thing. Here's the thing. It's funny, people talk about capitalism, and I'm like, we're not really all that capitalistic anymore. We're turning into this weird corporatist bullshit, and it pisses me off, because actual capitalism gets you something that looks kind of like Star Trek. Because you just reach this point where it's individual people designing their own shit, doing their own thing with these massively, easily accessible pieces of technology.
And actually being able to be successful because of it.
Like, I put it this way.
The problem is that we don't have, what's the thing called? That you can basically walk over and say, I want this thing, push button, and it gives you
a replicator.
Yes, thank you, a replicator.
I'll put it this way. Eclipse phase is what I call a perfect example of what true late-stage capitalism will look like. They have a bunch of independent, what they call anarchist tabs. They're way the fuck out in the middle of nowhere. They call them anarchist tabs because they're all a bunch of alternate ways of running things. They don't have a lot of centralization. But they work because the average hab out in space is about 500 to 1,000 people. Now, you can work in a semi-anarchistic state in small groups like that.
Right.
That's why you can do, like, a direct democracy type shit, because it's small groups of people.
What I really want, I'm going to be very honest, and I really wish, this is my one true honest thing, is that I really wish that the states in America were actually able to openly declare war on other states.
That'd be kind of hilarious.
I would love this.
That would end horribly, but it'd be funny.
I want someone to go in and kick California in its balls. What's left of its balls.
No, just let California fall apart into the 3 states it's going to.
Illinois. At least Illinois in its balls.
Let's go fuck up Chicago.
So we can just turn Chicago into its fucking bullshit city-state and take all the southern part of the state back to give it back to the people. Like, because here's the thing. You either have Chicago, and then you have the rest of Illinois, and the rest of Illinois is fucked because all the highways run through Chicago.
It is a very stupid setup.
It's the dumbest fucking
But no, that's part of the fucking...
It's kind of like, you got Michigan, and then you got Upper Michigan. And Upper Michigan is nothing like Lower Michigan. Upper Michigan is literally its own fucking state, has its own culture, it has its own history, and all this other shit. And Upper Michigan was supposed to go to Wisconsin, but because Upper Michigan...
Michigan became a state first, so they got it.
Because Michigan became a state first, they were like, we want the upper part of this peninsula. And then
even though it's actually connected to Wisconsin.
Even though it's connected, technically, put the Wisconsin, but,
But no, that's...
The first meme war.
Right. But no, the whole fucking idiotic... The whole fucking with Eclipse phase is, like I said, it looks like late-stage capitalism because each person makes their own shit. And things are valued... it's interesting because anyone can make anything. Like, a gun. A gun doesn't have a whole lot of inherent value because any dumbass can use what's called a cornucopia machine to make it. It's sort of like a replicator.
It's sort of like a replicator, but it's made out of wicker and gives out pumpkins.
No.
No?
The cornucopia machine, what it is it's a box about the size of a computer tower.
Right.
That has a bunch of nanites in it. And you put in raw materials, and it gives you the thing you want. It's more like a highly advanced 3D printer. You still need materials, not a direct energy to object
Can
thing.
it process a waifu? That's called that guy gaming, everyone.
In Eclipse phase, you make your body. It's called your morph.
Don't get us down the no, we're not going down the fucking trail of self-masturbation.
No, Eclipse phase is actually...
No, conversation fucking ended. We're not having sex with the body.
I'm making a slight joke about this because this is how Eclipse phase works. You have what is... It is kind of anarcho-capitalistic. Firstly, Eclipse phase is a free tabletop RPG, so you can download the PDF for the books for free, 100% legally. It's a fascinating setting. I recommend taking a look at it.
That doesn't seem very anarcho-capitalistic if it's downloadable for free without a subscription.
Well, no, because you can buy it if you want. That's part of their thing. There's bits of it that are anarcho-capitalistic, bits of it that are not.
The breadcrumbs.
All of the Trail Boys.
Go follow.
But no, anyway, so Eclipse Phase... Where the fuck is... Okay.
Oh, what trails?
I'm not entirely sure what the fuck's going on. Let's go in here. We haven't checked this out. Let's go this way. But anyway, so the game is set in our solar system. Right. I'm not going to... She's going to fucking shoot me. So it's set in our solar system in the future, and what happens is you have your ego, and then you have your morph. Your ego is you. It's your mind, or your soul, if you would rather.
and it is contained inside of a, I would say, micro SD drive sized piece of hardened carbon at the base of your skull.
And it's called a stack.
And it is called a stack.
Yep.
And
That's all I remember.
yep, it's called a stack. And your morph is your highly modified body that you have made. Now, you were joking about can it produce a waifu? It technically can, because you could create a pod morph, which are made in bits. You can make little parts. So you could technically make a waifu and put an AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, in it, and make yourself a waifu. You can, quite literally, make a waifu in Eclipse Phase if you so chose.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you're a weeb.
No.
No.
The character I was playing was actually a Gen Zero person.
Oh,
We're
I
talking
made that. Oh yeah.
She was an old ass lady.
Didn't I make a Gen Zero in that game too?
I think yeah. You made a crank. That was the first time before we didn't actually get to play. The first guy I was playing was inside of a giant fucking robotic spider with missile launchers in his shoulder, and you were playing a cranky old asteroid miner, which was great. The character I actually got to play
There's
for.
gold in them there asteroids.
Yeah, the person I actually got to play for a bit was called Anna, and she was also.
Can make my waifu real.
It can.
Turn
My
into
flows turn
nuts.
to nuts. That's okay. You can just get a new. Dying's not a big issue. You just upload your old backup.
You can just go to your cornucopia machine to basically produce
I
excess
mean,
nut.
this is how it works. When you die in Eclipse Phase, it's comparable to breaking a leg in real life. You're just kind of like out for a week or two. It's fucking crazy. It's a fascinating fucking setting.
Go to the cornucopia machine. Push in your selection. Excess nut.
God.
Dear
The
God.
funny thing is, if you put in the proper fucking materials, it could do it. I don't know why you'd want to.
So riboflavin and iron.
Yep, pretty much. You could technically make it if you really wanted to. Again, don't know why, but you could. But anyway, as I was pointing out, the things that have value in Eclipse Phase are things that aren't just mass replicatable like guns.
Yeah.
It's things like art. You know, you wrote a book, you made a movie, you made a play, you have made a specific set of designer clothes, or whatever the fuck it is. There it is. That's how Eclipse Phase functions.
Right.
And it's the fascinating part.
And the
about
problem is that it's then trying to sell them is basically the pain in the ass part because you're trying to market it, and it's really hard to market when everyone controls everything. Which is why you see a lot of problem within the current issue that we have within our current economic situation in America, because you have people who are trying to create anything, but then you have this giant fucking oligarchy
it's horribly stifled.
has hegemonic power over the markets, and nothing new can be really created unless someone in that oligarchy goes, "That's a great idea," but it usually turns into a pile of shit.
You're not ghoul. I knew. Not for Harry. You not ghoul. Or to say, not ghoul, not be here. Lou, tell me watch place. Not let no one in.
I'm not a
Not
normal.
normal. Ooh, Harry confused. You not ghoul. You not normal. What you?
He's asking what you are.
Yeah, I said I'm not a normal.
Harry, know you not. Not like you.
Oh, combat.
Um,
I'm okay. That's only 5 points of damage. I'm fine.
what does he have? Wait, is there super mutants in there? Go for the eyes.
The head. Headshot!
What'd you get him for?
8 was a bad one. Bad shot. Yeah, not created, but nothing new could be spread to the market. Yes, that's why the internet was so great.
That's why the
Because the internet allowed you
And
to
what
do
are,
this.
and what are the corporations doing now?
Trying to kill it.
Trying to kill the fucking internet, because guess what? Oh no!
Competition,
Oh
bitch.
no! All the competition is currently destroying all the mainstream media. We're gonna call everyone Nazis because
It's
that's
not
the
even
only
just that.
fucking. It's
If you
retarded.
notice, a bunch of other large companies are because they're scared about it. And the thing is, they're gonna lose eventually. It's like, well, they have all this money, and they're gonna lose eventually, guys.
Yeah.
They're going to lose because you want to know what's gonna happen? I'm just gonna stop giving them money. and then I'm going to give it to fucking other people.
Which is what's
It's-
killing. Which
it's
is
like
actually killing Marvel and DC because there's actually been Kickstarter projects to like
Make good comics.
to make good comics, and then all of a sudden those new comics.
Ooh,
come
I
out
hit him
and
in the.
then
I hit his head for the crit for 26 damage. Nice.
Right. Well, who was that? What was the one comic that got Patriotica?
Patriotica.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I've read bits of it. She's fun.
Right.
It's back. She's wearing horribly skimpy outfits. Yeah,
Right.
it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
That's not why I'm here. I'm
The
here because
thing
it's
is, though,
entertaining.
who are the majority of the comic readers?
Dudes.
Dudes.
And even the women are like, they're supposed to be idealized versions
Here's
of
a
people.
quick. Here's my other quick question: who hates tits?
Stop getting money. Have you seen the Nike campaign? Yeah, I also never bought Nike anyway because they were horribly fucking overpriced.
Here for the
Holy shit, dog meat. He's just going for it.
Here for the plot.
Here's the plot.
Yeah. The Nike campaign was fucking retarded.
I do not know who okayed
The
that.
memes were so good though.
Whoever okayed that is an idiot. Ow.
Hey, this guy lost us all this money. This guy lost a bunch of money for the NFL. What if we?
Oh
saved
god,
him?
he killed dog meat! You son of a bitch! Hit the wrong guy. Whatever. I will have my revenge.
Question.
Kill dog meat. You shot your own guy, asshole! Going for the eyes.
Did you get
In
him?
the eyes!
Did you get him? Is he blinded?
I don't think so, but I got him for 9
Not the
damage in the
Doge.
eyes. Not the Doge. Okay, I need to fucking stick this thing back out here. Did I fucking...
Did you accidentally stim?
I
pack
think
his
I
eye?
actually still back a super mutant. Okay, where are we
You
at?
did the right thing.
I
That was
did the
nice of
right
you.
thing. It was very nice of me. Ah, just back here again.
That Atomic Blonde trailer. Yeah.
Honestly, okay, and here's the thing.
That was.
I saw the trailer for Atomic Blonde, and I went,
Who's that girl that was riding around in that one movie we saw that was riding around the fucking Sherman? That
Tank
EVA?
Girl.
Tank Girl.
Tank Girl.
Tank Girl was better than will always be better than like that trailer for Atomic Blonde.
I mean, here's the thing. And I actually got into an argument with this on someone on a forum. I'm going to go off on a slight tangent here about people fucking bitching about goddamn, you don't want women in movies. No, I want women in movies. Do you want to know what I don't want in movies? I don't want your idea of a badass, in quotes, woman who is nothing more than stoic McNutt gives a fuck. Okay? That's like the most annoying trope for when they put it on a guy. You want to know what that is? Season 1 Worf. Do you want to know what Season 1 Worf was?
Autistic.
Not a good character.
Okay.
He was boring. He was lame. Do you want to know what you should be?
He had Worftism.
You want to know what you should be? Late seasons Worf. Because he had a son, he had friends, he had a wonderful straight-faced sense of humor.
He was a boomer. He was the boomer on Star Trek.
The point is that it's like if you're gonna make a fucking... I don't care if they're stoic and professional. For fuck's sake, give them a personality.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
They're wired because most of their fucking characters that they put into those films.
It's
and
like they're
those-
basing them off of
they're
80s action film
No, it's
stars.
not even that. They're fucking one-dimensional characters.
It's very bad.
They're bad. They're not even well written. They're one-dimensional fucking characters. Sucker Punch had fucking better female
Sucker
characters
Punch was
in
a
it.
fascinating movie. Weird as fuck.
Kind
and
of dumb, weird as fuck, kind of dumb, but
But it was a fun ride.
it was fun.
And that's the thing. It's like if you look back at fucking actual badass, like Black Widow is a good example. She is badass. She's funny. She has personality.
Yep.
Excellent. Jessica Jones. Well, she doesn't have much emotion. Yes, because it's explained by the fact that she's been horribly traumatized. Okay.
Yeah.
She also makes sense. Then you get like the quote badass badass women who are just... It's like talking to a brick. We're not even talking about fucking shit like, oh, you know, where they're like, well, that's kind of what Arnold was in, like, Commando. I'm like, Arnold had all sorts of emotion.
Yeah, but
usually rage, but...
Usually rage, but he was also, like, fucking...
He was emotive.
He was emotive. His characters were all, you know, what is it? Oh, no, his character was macho and masculine and stoic, yeah. Like most people in the fucking military.
Here's one example. Ellen Ripley from Alien. She is the perfect example. Because she's badass, she's ingenuitive, and from the badass woman's side, she's very motherly about the whole thing.
Yes.
You can see her, she's trying to protect this little girl, and she's going all mama bear on it. And it's fantastic.
Unless you want to that's Aliens. Alien, however,
Alien was a survival horror film.
Yeah.
And she was also good in there.
She was also very
great.
Well, yeah, because she was playing a fucking well-written character that wasn't one-dimensional. It was a person.
Here's another great example. Princess Leia in the original trilogy.
Was a person. Believable. The problem is,
she was a believable
the problem
person.
with the movie writers now is that you have people who are trying to push an agenda that have this concept of what they believe to be the ideal concept of what a empowered woman should be.
And it's apparently an emotionless husk.
Which, not even that.
It's weird.
The problem is that the people who are writing these characters are writing the women to be like men and not like women.
Well, they're writing them to be like caricatures
right.
of men.
Right.
Which makes it all the worse.
That's kind of what I mean.
It's like we took a caricature of they took a character of like an 80s action star and then dialed it up to like 11. And I'm like, Rambo wasn't like this. Rambo is an insanely emotional movie.
Rambo was the saddest fucking movie.
He's crying in that movie.
And that, at the end of it, well, yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
You don't fuck with a traumatized Vietnam War vet.
Here, it's a bad movie because you know it's a statement. Yes, okay? I put it this way. Your movie can have a political message. Rambo has a political message.
This crazy...
Be nice to fucking vets. That is basically the message. Okay? Don't be shit to
Be
vets.
nice to veterans. That's why we hired a draft dodger to start.
As ironic as that is. But no, it has a political message.
Oh,
the different thing is the political message doesn't get in the way of the movie.
Right.
That's the you can have messages.
It's
like Animal Farm. Animal Farm had a massive one. The thing is, it didn't get in the way of the story.
What is it called? It's subtext.
They don't know how to write subtext anymore.
No, they don't.
They just ham-fistedly ram it down your throat instead of, just presenting it and letting... Winter Soldier. I don't care if you didn't like Captain America Winter Soldier, but that's a good example of giving a good version of the message. Here it is. This is the surveillance state. What do you think of this? Now, it's presented as a bad thing in there, but that's because, Cap's generally the individual liberty guy. So it makes sense that he would
then again, also, don't forget, he grew up in the 30s and
that's to him is shocking.
30s and the 40s, and now he's like...
This is horrifying to him.
And he's looking around, looking at America like, this isn't the same country I remember.
Yeah. But that is how you make a good movie. If you want to have a message, fine. But subtext. Don't
be
scream it from the rooftops.
Fucking subtle. Because if it's not subtle...
If you start being ham-fisted with it, it gets annoying.
Exactly. If you're ham-fisted with anything that you write, as a former journalist and trying to be a novelist, if you are not subtle with what you're saying or what you're doing to basically make with your characters and the story you're presenting to make a message, and you're incredibly ham-fisted, everyone's gonna look at it and go, ugh, propaganda in the trash heap, and then...
Or you get the crazies that start running around with it like it's a Bible.
Yeah.
You don't want either of those. Those are bad both ways. Even if they agree with your message, you don't want a bunch of fanatics.
Right.
Fanatics are bad.
Fanatics are always bad.
Doesn't matter if they agree. That's why I don't like fucking fanatics agree with me. No, go away from me. Why? Because you're crazy.
You're crazy. Go back to your cats.
I like you about as much as the fucking communists. The difference is, I can deal with you slightly more because I find you slightly less objectionable.
Actually, the funny thing is, which actually is really funny, is that the communists I've actually talked to, I've actually gotten along better with them than I actually have better with socialists.
Because if they're being reasonable and they'll
it's
actually...
It's not even reasonable, it's that I actually can understand what they're doing and I can actually respect their conviction, and they can... I can
applaud the goal.
And they can actually applaud, and I can applaud their goal. and I can applaud that. You know, I can applaud that.
The
It's
goal
the
is wonderful.
It's the same
the
thing
path there is to
It's
hell.
the same
but
thing with most of the fascists I've actually talked to in my time online as well, because I've talked to both sides, and I I've actually seen an argument between a fascist and a communist. And the funny thing is that they weren't sitting there screaming at each other like a bunch of retards. They're actually, you know, being relatively civil in their discussions. But
the best way to have a debate.
the best way to have a debate. And I've actually seen them agree on more points than you would actually see someone who's basically a...
That's because fascism and communism aren't all that far off from one another.
Well, a little bit. Communism
it's
doesn't...
primarily the economic side.
The economic insights are basically what set them up. Actually, it's actually more than that.
They're both
Fascism is hierarchical. Communism is not.
They are both... communism's end goal is to...
Get rid of hierarchy.
Is to stop being hierarchical. Meaning,
and
you
fascism
can actually...
wants us to embrace hierarchy
That's the thing.
because they believe it's a natural inclination of human.
And that's the thing. You can technically get to
existence.
communism.
Because if you look at human existence, it's been nothing but hierarchies.
Yeah.
So fascism basically goes, well,
Let's just embrace it.
it's just what just
To an extreme.
To an
And that's the
extreme.
thing. You can technically get to communism via fascism. Because communism has several stages and it's an end stage. Communism is the end of the road. It's the end goal. So you can technically get to communism via fascism.
But
Because
you
you require
it's the
a
same thing,
strong
which is also
centralized authority.
Which is also the same thing with socialism as well. Actually, I think Vladimir.
Socialism is the natural.
Well,
is the natural
Vladimir
stepping stone
Lenin
to
even
communism.
stated that the goal of socialism is communism.
The way it goes is you go. It was tribalism, feudalism, capitalism, socialism.
Stalin did that in reverse. Yeah.
Yeah, he screwed the whole fucking booch. And then you go from socialism to communism. The thing is when you get to socialism, you have to become hyper-centralized. When you become hyper-centralized, it invites more and more corruption, and the odds of a human organization making it through to get to communism, it's pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen, because the thing is too ripe for abuse.
Oh, my phone died.
Yeah. Yeah, he went from communism to fascism, yeah. He became fascistic as fuck.
Well, yeah. That's the same thing that happened. Look what happened
the current
with North
quote,
Korea.
communistic states. They're not communistic.
No,
they're fascistic with the drapings of communism around them.
Yeah, and that's what what's ended up happening with North Korea. And
all right, this has been a crazy fucking conversation this evening, and it's late enough, so I'm gonna call this.
Yeah, I'll call this.
For now, less memes, wonderful, insightful conversations, and lots of me yelling at the game. So a normal night.
I don't even know if I wasn't even paying attention to the game this time. I was kind of just more enthralled with the hell we were talking about.
I had to redo like 3 things. There wasn't all that much going on. But yes. So, remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that wonderful stuff, guys. Remember, ARC is on Tuesday. So we will be having fun with that. And then we'll be returning to Fallout on Thursday, as usual. So, with that, peace out, guys.